Baller Alert, calling out Baller Alert. Got no problems with Baller Alert, but everybody on Baller Alert and anybody else out there talking shit about me, here we go.
I let my Hogan's big pools, broke boy, T-pools, big bombs, tip goals, big wife, big roach, I'm the king of the snorts. Hello, call me on camera, yeah, you know. That's around, they all know me. Giving my money to school, please. I've been so broke, PayPal, so low. I need more goals, more tips, more posts. People been dropping bombs every day on a regular. Two people been dropping bombs every day on a regular.
I want to have sex with your wife.
Call me a coat, they call me a low-cal streamer. I'm gonna show all these trolls my club and I don't need them. My wife, oh no, goddamn baby, I might be forced to leave ya. Head down to the stove, keep down low and find me a Pandalia. And OIC with a member bar. Got my woman's sweater, about to go put it on.
Meerkat Mall.
And shout outs to the fans that always keep me on.
The
Watching Jenna's only fans with a camera on. I let my Hogan's big pools, broke boy,
Meerkat Mall.
big bombs, tip goals, big wife, big roach, I'm the king of the snorts. Hello, call me on camera, yeah, you know. Esco Brown, they all know me. Giving my money to school, please. I let my Hogan's big pools, broke boy, T-pose, big bombs, tip goals, big wife, big roach, I'm the king of the snorts. Hello, call me on camera, yeah, you know.
Talk about my wife.
So give it up, all your tips, I need them all. I'm pulling up, don't take my tire, no. They shooting up at Burger King when I'm getting my lunch. I'm in a rush to be the biggest locale, I'm in the bunch. I'm the laughing stock of everyone. I only get depression when my money's gone. Valedictorian, but I'm kinda dumb. I put my wife on camera because I'm a bomb. I let my Hogan's big pools, broke boy,
Meerkat Mall.
big bombs, tip goals, big wife, big roach, I'm the king of the snorts. Hello, call me on camera, yeah, you know. Esco Brown, they all know me. Giving my money to school, please. I let my Hogan's big pools, broke boy, T-pose, big bombs, tip goals, big wife, big roach, I'm the king of the snorts. Hello, call me on camera, yeah, you know. Esco Brown, they all know me. Giving my money to school, please.
Meerkat Mall. Meerkat Mall.
I'm the king of the snorts. Hello.
All right, welcome to the Swaycast. For real though, where are my $1,800? $1,600? I'll take anything. Just throw money at me. Come on. Do I have no longtime fans? Where are my longtime fans? Where are they? Okay, one more song and let's get to it because we have a lot today. And after this, we have the King 2025. We've literally made 3 of them. That's insane, actually. That's actually fucking insane. Okay, this one is next.
Masturbating in front of children. Yeah,
You piece of shit!
He was caught masturbating. I think he's like 35 years old.
Please. Meerkat Mall.
I just want the bust. Oh man, bust. Give me the monster. Bust. Wow, it's big. Bust. I just want the. 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 I just want the bust. I just want the eat it. I just want the. I just want the. I just want the. I just want the. I am fucking based. Eat it. Kiss my fucking ass and lick my balls. Fucking eat it. Oh, he's doing a meme. Oh, this is cringe. Eat it. Eat it. I just want the bust. Oh man, bust. Give me the monster. Bust. Wow, it's big. Bust.
Please.
I
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
introducing the chocolate stopper.
Yes.
Who?
Yes. Here we are. Welcome is the Swaycast 86, it says here. And guess what? Today we're going to be watching Phil. But before that, we're going to talk about the Chiking. Today is the Chiking of the Ring, the annual, I guess is now annual, song and dance thing that we do, on that being said. So make sure to check it out after the stream. It's going to be only the first round, but we have so much to get through. It's going to be insane. I have enough beer to last like 5 Chikings in like 25 9/11s. It's going to be crazy. I have coffee here. I have, what do I have here? I have the soundboard. Hello, soundboard.
Yay!
There we go. And today we have 2 crash outs, one of which includes DSP telling people to unalive themselves. Oh, you gotta love that word, unalive. Off a cliff. So he's also recommended the specific way you can do that, which you have to appreciate. Welcome, chat. Hello, and thank you for joining me at this early hour. Unless it's some other time for you, because it's like the late afternoon here. But anyways, let's get to this. This is DSP's contemplation / schizophrenic meltdown, perhaps, about video games, long video games, money, what else? I don't know, whatever you want. It's anything, it's everything. It's got a little bit of everything. I guess he's gonna sue somebody if he had the money, but he doesn't have the money. So, there you go. But I'm not gonna spoil anything else. Let's get into this. Big ups Jacob for the membership, dude. And shout out to Shroom Dukem for the 2 gifted subs on Twitch, who says, this is me pre-ordering a shout out before the stream. But before the stream, you didn't know that this one was not going to be on Twitch. Because I don't know how to use Restream.io to set the streams the way I want to. And I need to fuck around more. But I had no time to fuck around with it today. Because today I was doing the spreadsheets and all the organizational efforts for the Chiking. Me and ALT have put in some work for this one. I'll have some songs for the finals. There's going to be special things and other things. And things in general. Let's go.
No, you look at my stream and you say, oh my God, Phil only has 150 viewers on his podcast and his videos of the playthrough are only getting 200, 300 views. Yes, but you have to understand that that is separate from my overall viewership. My overall viewership is each game has a pocket of viewers that comes to enjoy it. And they'll come back when there's another game that they're interested in, you see? So you have to understand that, and a lot of people don't, all right? The reason I'm here is because of the variety. Because some people say, well, if you just played Clair Obscur non-stop for 2 weeks, you would have beaten it, and then no one would be bored, and you wouldn't have the problems you're having right now. Yes, and by the time that the first week ended, 80% of my viewership would have complained, tuned out, not come back, and I would have went out of business. That's not an exaggeration.
I love the DSP gimmick of always pretending that he's going to go out of business if something minor happening, and then doing something that will still lead to him going out of business eventually. Because this is just fucking dumb.
People are here for variety.
Bruh.
That's what DSP gaming is all about and always has been.
It always has been for variety?
I can't just
Yeah, my Discord was running. I muted it.
play one
I have a lot of business relationships on Discord.
game
Many. And romantic ones. All kinds of relationships. I'm a very famous person, as you know.
non-stop for 2-3 weeks. So because of that, do I play lengthy games? That's even question number 1. Do I even bother playing them? Because when in a case of a game like Clair Obscur, I absolutely love.
Do I bother playing them? I mean, if DSP was to filter out all the games that somehow, in some way, are unsuitable for... Unsuitable? I guess that's a word. Are not suitable for his business. He is left with cinematic choice games, like movie games, like that Detroit Become Human type of stuff. And also Street Fighter. That's pretty much all. And driving games, I guess, but not like driving competitive games like Forza, but more like Euro Truck Simulator, I guess.
When I play it,
It's so
people
base.
yelling at me, tell
Big ups Vikes for 26 months, dude.
Gay!
me, oh, I did it all wrong. What do you mean I did it all wrong? Oh,
People
you're
are
doing
yelling
side
at him.
content. That's boring. All we want is story. Wait a minute. Back in the day, when I was a full-time YouTuber,
But he still is, though.
okay, before
I
became
mean,
a
like,
streamer.
it's so stupid. He's describing it, the transition, as if he, like, biologically, physiologically altered himself. No, it's just like he's doing the easier thing now. He's doing the easier thing now. It's easier to stream,
My
objectively.
methodology
Especially if you're him, because, like, he's bad at editing, and he is bad at, like, running a channel with edited content. He just loves throwing slop to the dump, to the landfill, filling the landfill with generic shitty-ass videos, and 1 in 10,000 gets, like, 10,000 views more than average, and that's a huge success.
was on
No, we haven't got to the cliff segment yet. We just started. This is still the calm before the storm. And the storm includes this, like, 15 million paragraph long comment from some guy that is like, it's a correct comment, but if you expect DSP to read this and not make a bunch of excuses and tell you to go fuck yourself, you're just a DSP fan.
run to GameStop, buy all the new releases, bring them home and unbox them, immediately start playing them, and literally rush through the game as fast as I could. Do not take time to take in the scenery. Do not explore. Do not do side content. Literally full speed to the finish line.
Oh my god, it has to be the most extreme way you can do that specific thing.
I could be the person who would play through that new game as fast as I possibly could. Okay? And then get that playthrough out fully on YouTube. I could be on to the next game, and I could trade in that game right away to get almost maximum value back when you could actually trade in games for high value. Those times are long gone. And I could be on to the next. This was the way I operated on YouTube. And this
But that's the thing, dude. That's the thing. That's what is very specific about him. And it doesn't matter all this useless shit about how it worked back in the days. Now it's completely different. Now the reality is that he has no niche. He has nothing that he specifies in. He is generic Let's Player number 10,000,005. And therefore, nobody cares about him because he can't market himself. He doesn't have any interesting gimmicks. And by gimmicks, I don't mean like putting a hat and taking a shot. I mean having some sort of a niche appeal to somebody. Are you going to be a speedrunner? Are you going to do first impressions? Are you going to do the whole playthrough? And he just does a bunch of slop, like whatever the fuck, and ends up having completely no identity as a content creator. He is nobody. And on top of that, he doesn't have a distinct or likable personality. Well, I guess his personality is pretty distinct considering he's Dark Side Phil. But that's not in a good way. So probably try doing something in a positive way because I don't know what's going on here. We're having the 10 millionth conversation about what games he should play that fit his content. And his content is just this jumbled mess, this like weird Frankenstein's creature of whatever the fuck he thinks is going to work. And then he milks it until it's nothing left.
This got me incredible notoriety,
Because there was no competition.
huge views, and
Because there was no competition. There was literally such a saturation of DSP videos that you just couldn't avoid them. Yo, big ups, Duce Falco for the 20 gifted, dude. Let's see what I'm gonna play. What's this?
The champ is here.
Big Style, the champ. Shout out to you, dude. You gotta mute the alerts though.
made me Mr. New Playthrough.
Mr. New Playthrough.
People always came to DSP Gaming because they knew, dude, within 2 days of a new game out, Phil beat it. And we can see the whole play
Beat it.
for ourselves if we want to play it or not. This is great. That was my catch. That is what I was known for on the internet. Okay? But what ended up happening was that over the years of, say, 2010, 2011, 2012, the internet started to push back against me.
No.
We don't like this methodology anymore.
No. Okay, so first, and I'm saying this for the millionth time, but I kind of have to, in case you haven't heard it. The moment he started getting competition, and the competition got smarter and developed their personalities, because it takes you a while for for you to kind of bloom as an online personality. In the beginning, you're just like kind of anxious and nervous and what are people gonna think and blah 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 blah. Eventually, you just become who you are. Same thing happened with PewDiePie, with Asmongold, whoever you can think of. And DSP was hot for a couple of years because he shit posted a million videos and he was 24/7 uploading videos, which I can commend. That's a grind. But the quality was very bad. So eventually, people started having better quality, better personality, and just better gameplay in general. So he fails on every single category in which he expects to be successful and in which his business demands him to be successful. So the one thing that he's left is the dedicated customers that are too stubborn or too used to it or too committed to him to actually move on and do something else. Because at the end of the day, for them, most likely he's just like a guy that they grown up with and they have a parasocial connection with because he exploits that.
We don't like the way you conduct yourself because what's happening is you're rushing through games so fast. You're not seeing the real game. You're only seeing this one very narrow portion of the game that's narrative, and you're skipping everything else. So how can you fairly judge a game, give an opinion on it, review it, and tell us if you like it or not, if you are literally running for the finish line and skipping a vast part of the content of each and every game that you play? Okay?
Okay.
So in regards to that methodology, I changed it. Over the years, I evolved. Particularly,
How did he evolve? He got worse, though.
in 2017, I said,
I mean, the output is less. He uploads an average of less videos. But in today's market, like, that's the thing, because the market also changed. And I know I'm talking about this as a business, but that's because it's a business for him. So I'm looking at it from his perspective. Like, the market changed to the point where even if you change the way that you have, it's still not enough. You still don't produce the good product that people actually want. Or the bad product that people want. Because a bunch of those videos out there, the stream you're watching right now, is just somebody fucking talking in a very low-effort way. But people want that. People like that. YouTube is full of it, and people like listening to this shit. And so do I. But here's the problem. DSP doesn't like listening to anything. And he doesn't like watching anybody. He doesn't care about anything. So it's really hard for him to have organic content. For him to make something he would like to listen to himself. For him to make something that he would like to watch himself. Because that shit takes effort. Because if you let this guy watch somebody else's podcast that is essentially the equivalent of his, he's going to hate the shit out of it. He's going to do what I'm doing right now.
said, well, if we're going to do these live streams and they're interactive, then it's okay if I take my time. Because if I take my time, we can enjoy the game and react to it together. We could have conversation about it live. It's more of a social aspect rather than me just sitting here playing the game.
There is, I have to tell you, there is no social aspect. There's no social aspect. Matter of fact, it might be worse than if you were an Asmongold viewer with like 10 million people in chat. Because you say one wrong thing and you have the risk of this guy just like singling you out and shitting on you. But the good thing about that is that he's the guy who's going to end up looking bad because usually you are right and you triggered him because you said something correct.
For myself, so let's do that. And we did. And my playthroughs became more lengthy, more drawn out, seeing more side content. I replayed old games that I had rushed through previously, this time doing more full and complex playthroughs that I really enjoy. And so everything changed for the better. But now what's happened is culture has changed. Everyone wants instant gratification. Everyone wants everything right away.
This is also completely applies to DSP.
Without having to wait.
I should have some sound clip on the soundboard that I should just play instead of saying that he's projecting. Because he's projecting like 80% of the time. Let's have this. I know it doesn't connect, but it's a fun sound clip.
He's gay!
Let's have this one. Every time he's projecting, I'm just going to play it. I'm not going to say why, but you will know.
A long time for it. And people want to talk about a game for literally 3 days and then move on to the next. Clear Obscure was hot for a week. But if you didn't know all about it in the first week, no one cares about it week 2. But wait a minute, it's a 60-hour game. How could I ever get through the whole game in a week? Too bad, we're on to the next already. That's how gaming is now. That's not how it used to be, but that's just how it is. So now when a lengthy game comes out and I'm thinking to myself, well, everyone's telling me to play it. Everyone says I don't.
I'm pretty sure it used to be like that too. And this whole thing he just described is just the natural product of the internet evolving and having more people on the internet. And people talk about, most of the time, they talk about the best things and the worst things. So you're either the best game that came out this year, game of the year contender that destroyed the industry and showed AAA games how it's done, or you're a complete piece of shit, nobody cares about you, and the studio gets closed down and you fail and no one knows that you exist. That's kind of it. And that's just naturally how it works.
Don't skip it because it's going to be the biggest game ever. All right, I'll try it. And then I play it at my own pace. We're enjoying it. Oh, you're doing it wrong. What do you mean? Well, everyone else already beat it.
And also, this is a typical syndrome of, I don't know how to say it. It's just like taking some random guy's opinion and thinking that this is what a huge portion of people are saying, and then turning around and also saying, but you guys were saying this other thing at this other point of time, which is something that happens on Twitch, not on Twitch, on Twitter a shit ton. And this is how I know that he lives on Twitter. This shit is crazy. You would get like, I don't know, let's say some basketball guy, Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards drops 50 points. And somebody on Twitter says, whoa, that's my GOAT. He's really good at basketball. And then somebody quote tweets him and says, well, you were the same people that said he was stinky and fucking trash. Even though that guy probably didn't say those things. It's just like inventing a fake argument. And I hate it, and it's so pathetic and is lame.
Beat it. I've only played it for a week. Yeah, it's already done. Everyone did 60 hours in it. They're done. What do you mean? You know? So, in regards to Claire Obscure, here's what's going on.
And also, that's why kind of it's his fault, because the internet works like that. It's just how it works. If you want to be the top dog, you get a fucking, you get a schedule that allows you to do everything anytime. So the game comes out right now, you sit down and you start playing and you do a 24, 48-hour stream until you finish it. Because that's what people want. And if you can't give them what they want, they're going to go somewhere else. Just like, Phil knows this way better than anybody else does.
As you play through the game, incrementally, the character who serves as your vehicle for the game, Esquire, you ride him and he's fast travel basically because he goes over the overworld map. You don't have to fight when you're on his...
Blah, 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 blah.
So why does that factor in? Because in fighting games, you need incredibly good hand-eye coordination. You need to be able to do timed button presses and joystick taps in order to counter what your opponent is coming at you with. So how does that factor into Claire Obscure? Well, the combat system has a parry system.
Hold on, I forgot the TTS is muted. Sorry, guys, I'm going to play it now.
Baller alert.
Ant-Man was thunderstruck by Lou Dot and others.
Thunderstruck by the foul baiting flopper himself. The foul baiter. Darkside Shay. Absolutely terrible. Get this shit out of here. This is not basketball. I can't even watch a live basketball game anymore. Because free throw merchants make it so I have to sit there at 3 a.m. my time just for the game to begin. And then every 30 seconds, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is on the floor and crying and shooting free throws. And I'm watching ads. Basketball sucks. That's why I watch football. Speaking of which, today is the Champions League final. We're going to be overlapping with the King of the Ring. I hope we don't steal too many of their viewers. I know they might be angry. They're going to be seething so much. Anyways, I missed something else too. I'm sorry, guys.
Philip is literally boss man. Boss man is just showing us what happens to the money. DSP and Gotcha is like Meerkat and D-Sig money. Poof. Gone. In an instant.
Yeah, I have so many vapes, all the different flavors. I have some like exotic flavors like peach and pineapple ice. Whoa. Big ups Vikes for the $2.
Bye, glad see you stream again. I wish I know you back for good. I joined channel if so. Either way, feeling you see big ups.
Hey, big ups, dude. Thanks Jade. Real Jade. I should call him Real Jade. So anyways, let's go back to this. I remember he was talking about something boring as fuck.
If you're playing this game,
Please save me.
It's really tough.
Please, I need a long-time viewer to give me like a $1,800 donation to save me from this.
As long as you can.
Which I guess we're gonna get to eventually. He got like $1,600. Some guy sent him yesterday, which saved his life and totally ruined my Twitter feed for the entire day. This morning I woke up, I was pissed.
Read its attack.
Bad news about football. Bad news about Phil. People whining about football and Phil and everything.
And parry by pressing a button when it hits you. You can literally absorb all its damage and then turn it back against it.
Oh, this is like what being the king of hate is like. You absorb all the damage and you just return with positivity.
The counterattack. Essentially, if you're good at parrying, you're invincible in Clair Obscur. No kidding. It's just true. You will actually beat pretty much everything in the game if you're good at parrying. So I go into a level 70 dungeon at level 30, and I start winning. And people are like, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh my god, this is great. This shit is badass. Watch this segment. This is great. I saw this on Twitter.
Literally no other person who played this game walked into this dungeon at your level and was able to
listen to this shit.
Well, I can. Because I'm different.
He's
Do you
gay!
remember when I played Elden Ring?
Oh my god, this was so sad for him. Because it's like, bragging is a cool thing. Like, you can flex on stuff to people that are lesser than you, and you can stomp them out and brag about stuff and push it in their face. But not if you're this guy and about video games. It's so embarrassing. Not even rappers brag about their achievements in video games. Not everybody else can go into this level 5 dungeon with a level 2 character and beat it. And I can't because I'm different. It sounds so cringe.
Person who
Yeah, maybe Soldier Boy. Maybe Soldier Boy would rhyme that. I take that back. Soldier Boy would do something crazy.
you're good at parrying. So I go into a level 70 dungeon at level 30, and I start winning. And people are like, that doesn't make any sense. Literally no other person who played this game walked into this dungeon at your level and was able to complete it. Well, I can. Because I'm different.
It is so
Do you
corny.
remember when I played Elden Ring? And we finally walked into the open world map for the first time. And right there in front of you is that knight on the horse with a big-ass weapon. And everyone said, "Law, we'll take."
Oh, I remember this very well. I'm going to tell you what actually happened.
Come on, and got completely trounced by him and said, "Fuck this, we'll go back later."
Fuck this.
No, I'm going to beat that guy right now. And it took me like an hour and a half, but I did it. On that very first stream of Elden Ring, I persevered, I learned the pattern, I beat that knight.
No, this is actually a really stupid thing to say. One of the few edited videos that I have, DSP Elden Ring. This is how you don't premiere. That was my gimmick, you guys. I'm so fun. Well, it has so many views. 2,000. So a huge chunk of this was getting completely stomped out. And this is like, I'm telling you, Game of the Year comes out. And this guy gets violated for like 40 times. He died 36 times on this boss. And it was super embarrassing. It's like, I don't know why this guy would go out of his way to completely sabotage his first stream of the brand new game and hugely hyped game Elden Ring that he was hyping for more than a week. Like, actual dedicated week of hyping it up. I have no idea. And I have no idea why he brags about this. Like, it's the bad choice if you're a streamer to spend like an hour and a half fighting the tree sentinel and dying like 50 times when you could be progressing the game and exploring and seeing things that you're seeing for the first time because the game just came out right now.
And that was an incredible challenge.
But for him, is like an ego thing. Fuck the content. Fuck making shit people care about. Fuck using this game to attract a new audience or more people to discover me. I'm gonna drive myself into the ground for the ego. So I can brag about people that don't even fucking care about it to people who don't fucking care about it.
But that was an awesome way to open up that challenging playthrough to show that I had the skill level to overcome.
Not really.
Exactly how I'm playing Clair Obscur, okay? In Clair Obscur, when this side content is opening up, and most people say, fuck it, it's too hard, I'll come back later. I was like, nope, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to see if I can do it. And I've been able to do it all. I think there's only literally one super boss and one other area that it was just so instant death, and the health pools were too big. There was no way I was going to be able to beat them. So I said, all right, I'll come back to those later. But for the most part, I've done everything else.
Sure. Okay, but what is the point? What is the point? Is the point that he did a lot and he is underappreciated and he demands more acknowledgement and appreciation? Is the point that he is treated unfairly because people are not hyping up this middle-aged man and how well he is playing this game on, what, the medium difficulty? I don't actually get his point. I think he just wants to be showered in praise. I think that's all he wants. And money, of course. But the money usually has praise attached to it. When somebody sends him $100, usually has a shout out to him, which is like, hey, Phil, you saved my life. I was going to kill myself, and then I watched your racism compilation in 2011. And then I decided I'm also going to kill a bunch of other people first. Here's $100.
People are telling me I did it wrong. Well, now because you did that, you're over-leveled. Well, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. You lied to me, one person, so I'm going to accuse 15 million people of lying to me, because this is how this works.
Skipped all the side content and I only did the main story, then you would have completed.
This guy is actually like IRL schizophrenic without having schizophrenia. I don't know how this shit works. He sees voices and hears voices and sees faces and weird people and sock accounts and LARPers. This is like almost self-induced schizophrenia. If you just sit there and think about it hard enough, it's gonna unlock.
Complained that I missed all the side content of the game and I rushed through it. Hence, I don't really know.
It's like, imagine being this fucking triggered by words on your screen that tell you things you don't like hearing, when you also have the option to make them stop.
I don't have a good idea of the game, and the playthrough sucked because I just rushed and I didn't take my time. Like you guys told me back in the day.
You guys told me.
Everyone said that those playthroughs sucked.
But I thought it was a different audience. So a completely different subset of people told you to do that. And then you didn't do it and they went away. And now you're doing it for a bunch of different people. And you wonder why they don't act like the previous people. Maybe then, I don't know, they're not the same? Maybe.
Right?
Well, I think he's right, you guys.
So I changed myself in the last 15 years to be a different kind of creator per your feedback. Now all of a sudden, that's wrong.
It is wrong.
Through this game, apparently.
Well, if you get no results, then it's wrong.
Okay? So I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to do, because every time it seems I play something, I'm somehow doing it wrong. Even when I'm listening to direct feedback, I'm somehow...
What is direct feedback? One person telling him something? A bunch of trolls rigging a poll that tells him something? What is direct feedback?
Doing it wrong.
It's so fucking weird. After 16 years, you should be getting feedback from yourself, because you have so much experience at what you do. And assuming that you've been running this business for that long, then it should be pretty successful. So you learn a lesson from your past mistakes and you build upon that, instead of just flailing and looking around and looking at people who aren't qualified to tell you how to run your business and asking them how to run your business.
I don't get it, okay? Now...
Oh, yeah, I remember the suggestion box. I actually missed the suggestion box a lot, because it let me guess and try and predict how he's going to dismiss every suggestion. It was so good.
In the case of Claire...
Because then I would just read through them and I would be like, okay, this one he's going to say he doesn't have time. This one, the game is too long. This one has too much sexy in it. This one he might take because it's about begging more and that begging is okay. Yeah, there was one of them that said, like, begging is okay, Phil. You should ask for more contributions. And he was like, you know what? I see a point here. There's a very good point. And then there was another one that wasn't even a suggestion. It was just like a detractor character assassination. That was like, none of the criticisms of your detractors is valid. They just do it for money. And then he was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. Now that I think about it, you know what? Well, this guy used to be a former detractor, so obviously he knows what he's talking about. Blech.
Claire Obscure. If you believe that doing the side content actually ruins the game, you have the right to that opinion, but you should take that opinion and you should direct it towards the parties who are culpable for that.
What?
the game devs.
You should complain to the game devs that the side content in the game is what? It's too boring?
If the side content of the game is actually not meant to be played.
That is not meant to be played? What? What is this guy even talking about? Why does it exist in the game and it takes like dozens of hours to beat it if it's not meant to be played? This is so stupid.
Then go complain to them and say why.
But does he actually think people are making this point? That they're saying the side content is boring and it's not meant to be played? I think they're saying the way you play the side content is boring and it drags out the playthrough. But no, it needs to be the devs' fault because they made side content that is not interesting for other people to watch DSP play. Yes, it has to be this elaborate.
Why is it in there? Right?
Huh?
If by doing the side content...
Yeah, they're going to deploy a patch that removes all the side content. You just get 3 hours of cutscenes and then you watch the credits as base. That's like, it's like yellow paint for movie games.
Become so overleveled that nothing...
Even though that Clair Obscur is not a movie game. But they should make that in movie games. A mode where, like the super dark side film mode for the next Quantic Dream game. That was what it was called, right? Quantic Dream? Yeah. Or the next super massive games. Where it's just you turn it on, the super duper dark side film mode, and all of the choices complete themselves, all the characters move by themselves, the dialogue and everything is narrated to you directly. You have to do absolutely literally nothing. That's amazing.
Nothing in the game will be fun anymore. Then why are you complaining to me?
Because you're the guy putting out the boring playthrough.
I don't, does it make any sense, does it? I'm just playing the game that was presented to me. I'm playing the parts that open up in the story as I approach them. Hell, that super dungeon was actually right there in line with the story. It wasn't even like, oh, I went out of my way to go find it. It was literally right there. Now, it shows
the super dungeon.
It was right in front of me. Let me give it a shot. Oh, look, I just beat it. And now I'm over level. Well, how is that my fault? Because I'm too good at the game? Literally
what? Turn up the difficulty, bozo.
Is because
literally what you're saying, by the way. This is something that nobody said, but he's going to invent it and put it in your mouth so you can eat it.
I'm so good at the game.
Yeah. So what your criticism actually is that the playthrough is so good that you're too stupid to comprehend how good the playthrough is, because he is like transcendentally just next level good at this game. He's so good at the game that he's breaking it and making it boring. That's insane. The ego on this guy that just every week seemingly goes viral for being shit at a brand new game. That's incredible. And people don't even associate him with jerking off anymore. They associate him with being dog shit at Doom and Zelda. It's like the new generation of people making fun of him. They don't even care that he jerked off, because jerking off is not even that big of a thing on the internet. You couldn't even see his dick. That's crazy. Being bad at video games, worse than jerking off, confirmed.
Oh! That's exactly what you're saying.
That's exactly what you're saying.
Clear,
so good.
My playthrough's bad because nothing's beating me. That's really what you're saying. It's if you had played the game and you were finding all this trouble and adversity and you were raging and basically you were, sucking at the game, then we could make more memes.
Oh, now it's like he's just talking to the detractors all the time. I don't even know why. I think he has his own fan base, or at least he should. I don't know why he's talking to us. We don't like you, Phil.
Right? Then we could do clips and we could put them on X and on TikTok and on Reddit, and we could have millions of views making fun of how bad you are at the game.
Or we can just not do that. And eventually you will do this thing and you will still get clipped.
But you're not doing that, so your playthrough sucks. Fuck you.
Fuck you. It's such an impotent fuck you, though. It's like a wrestler cutting a promo and he tells another wrestler, fuck you, in the least intimidating way you can say fuck you. With a little Mickey Mouse voice, with a little sensual voice. He's making me think that he wants to fuck me literally. Like actually have sex with me. Fuck you.
The game. But you're not doing that, so your playthrough sucks. Fuck you.
It's just so weak. 0 damage. Resistance. Deflected. Parried.
Yes, every one of you out there. Fuck you. Anyone who says this kind of dumb shit.
But this is the most you can do, Phil. This is the most you can do, is cut a bad promo. And it damages nobody. Matter of fact, this clip, this thing on his channel that got like 1.3 thousand views, probably got a combined of 30,000 views across all the people that clipped him. So you helped us in this segment, talking about how you're not gonna help us and how we're seething about you not helping us. You are helping us, brother.
You're milking a human. Yeah. Go fuck yourself. You're a fucking waste of my time and you're a waste of life if that—
Oh, dude, this is so great. I wanna, let's roll the whole thing, then I'm gonna nitpick.
Fuck yourself. You're a fucking waste of my time and you're a waste of life if that's all you think. Because Darkseid feels good at something, his playthrough sucks. No, you're a loser. If all you care about—
This is so weak. It's such a weak generic promo. It's like I'm listening to somebody's mom.
Failure and all you—
It's such a bitchless, like spineless cuck promo. It's like, dude, this is like if iDubbbz cut a promo. This is what it would sound like. Yeah, well, I discovered empathy. Fuck you. I'm a good person. You're mad at me because I'm not a bad person anymore.
You want to do is bring someone down because they're good at something. You're the fucking problem.
You're the problem. Get out of my society.
My playthrough doesn't suck. My playthrough is one of the best playthroughs of Clair Obscur
ever.
Showing you that anyone who has skill can actually beat any portion of this game at any time. All you need to do is time the parries.
But bro, they finished this game like hitless on the hardest difficulty within like 5 days. What are you talking about? With your dog shit playthrough on medium difficulty or whatever. Come on, give me a fucking break. Is he actually this far up his own ass? That's insane.
Tell me another fucking content creator who's made a playthrough like that of that game.
But why would you know? Of course you wouldn't fucking know because you don't watch them. You don't watch them. Okay, let's do challenge run. Let's see this. Clair Obscur challenge run. Let's see this. So parry only. We have a 1 hour. Well, this is a montage of parry only, and the guy defeated it with parry only. This is a better playthrough than Phil's, and the video is actually edited. Here we have, well, I guess this is something else. This is kind of like DSP's playthrough, where it's just like 3 hours of gameplay. But it actually has 30,000 views in 3 days, so it owns DSP's playthrough completely, and it takes his lunch money. Then we have, what is this? Tips and tricks. No dodge, no parry. This is a 15 million time more impressive playthrough than Darkseid Phil. If you've played the game, you would know that it's pretty difficult to do that. And it's like all this other shit. And for some reason, I'm here, but that's because it's me. Yes. So anyways, all you had to do is just look it up and you'll find it. But he acts like they don't exist because he doesn't know that they exist. That's the fucking thing. Object permanence. I haven't seen it, so it doesn't exist. Oh, I'm looking at it right now. It's real. I stop looking at it. It doesn't exist. That's so cool. I wish I could live life like this. That would be so awesome. But then you would be seething all the time because you couldn't be able to explain why people behave in certain ways because you don't have, like, context that other people have. You're just a weird, like, alien, mentally ill golem. You're a weird goblin.
Name one singular one.
John Cena. Now, the ball is in your court, Phil. You need to look it up and find John Cena's playthrough of the game. Because I said it exists and you don't know if it exists or not. So go prove it, Phil.
I'd love to hear it. So because I'm doing something differently, better than everyone else, and you can't make fun of me for it, you're mad.
But I'm making fun of you right now for the specific purpose of you making this segment right here. Like, that's actually how it works. So, but that's the thing. It's almost like he does this shit on purpose. Where he thinks to himself, well, I'm pretty good at this game, so they're not clipping me and making fun of me. I'm gonna throw a baby tantrum so they can clip me and make fun of me. It's almost deliberate. I feel like I'm being snaked right now. And also, this pause is crazy. Look at his mouth, man. If it started raining in his office, he would drown.
Too fucking bad. Go fucking jump off a cliff.
Whoa!
The value that you have if that's the kind of person you want to be. You're a toxic individual on the internet who only...
You don't know that, Phil. You're just, like, talking about somebody. Like, actually. Just talking about somebody you don't like. You're talking about Duty right now. Probably.
cares when someone's in
Or Tevin. But I don't know if Tevin is up there with the Nemesis anymore. I think he's been dethroned.
suffering and misery. That's fucked up.
No, not others. You're specifically. You're particular.
Seriously. What is wrong with you? If that's your mentality.
Then, what are you gonna moral fag on me? But you, bro, he just established that we don't care about morality. He just established we just want to see and make fun of him and see him fail and shit. And then he tries to moralize the whole situation where wanting bad things for people is bad. So you're a bad person. Sure, but you just said we are. Take a nice little seething sip. Let's go.
Now, let's continue positively, okay? What I want to do moving forward is actually figure out, do I play lengthy games? Because I don't see.
And I guess at this point, it's safe to say that he has some plot armor on YouTube that prevents him from facing any kind of repercussions. Because the usual thing happened and people clip this. People clip this alongside like proof that this is directly taken from his channel. And they tag like the FBI, the IRS, the YouTube support, the Twitch, Kick, everybody, and nothing happened. So yeah, this guy has dirt on somebody on YouTube. He has dirt on the CEO. He must be.
To do it and keep attention on me. To be honest, I feel like the modern gaming industry, you literally only get, sadly, a week to talk about a game. After that, it's absolutely true that everyone's on to the next topic, on to the next trend, on to the next thing.
Sure, yeah.
This is why I've told you.
But this, like, you can't change this. You either adapt or go extinct. That's just how it works.
Guys, for years, I'm apprehensive about actually playing.
Well, then you're gonna sink, buddy. You're sinking.
Lengthy game.
You're spiraling the drain. It's over.
Okay?
I'm apprehensive. I'm a virgin.
I don't know what else to do. Because I don't know how to make those playthroughs viable. I don't know how to make them work. Even if I had rushed through Claire Obscure and only done the story, people would have said the playthrough sucked because you didn't do the content. So
sure.
I beat the content.
Bro! Help! People are gonna say you're trash anyways because they hate you. And they've been following you for 20 years saying that you're trash. You can do anything, they're still gonna say you're trash because you are. And playing a game a little bit better is not going to change you being trash. Because this segment justifies that no matter how you play a game, you're going to be trash anyways.
Content that's challenging and I master the game, and people say your playthrough sucks. I think we see a problem here, and the problem isn't me. The problem
Of course. The problem is you, the consumer, bitch. Change. All of you. I demand that you change. The millions and billions of you. You should be different so I can remain the same, as I am Dark Side Phil.
He's gay!
He might be.
Because you're so fucking toxic. People out there who are never satisfied at all, no matter what I do.
But hold on, who is this? Is this the trolls? The people that never like him anyways? That will never be satisfied because he gets triggered and becomes funny?
I can't please those people, do you understand? It doesn't matter how I play a game, they're always going to whine and bitch and complain about it. So instead of focusing on this giant...
Bro, I've heard this like a billion times, unironically.
Man-child and the $1,600 tip was fake. He makes money off of game developers' hard work and then spits on them. It's pathetic.
That is true. And also, he has this entitlement where game developers should make particular games that he could easily make money of. And if he doesn't, then the developers are trash. But the 1600 tip was fake. I don't know. I think it might be real because he has some legitimately fucking unhinged people that love him, that have watched him and have become so incredibly parasocial with him. And he's been there in their formative years. And once they have developed to be grown-up dents with huge dent heads, they come back. I don't know, to pray at the temple of Phil yet again.
losers on the internet who all they want to do is be toxic.
Because I saw him. Actually, I don't think I'm logged in here. X.can? I'm not logged. No, I'm not logged. Fuck this. But I did see the TJ Gamebox Champions update, and he was like top 3. Immediately. Clocked out and wailed the fuck out. That's how it works. This is heavy addiction.
I need to hone in on the factors that make people who actually like my content.
He was number 2? That's so cool.
And support with it. So the question.
So now what he's saying is, and I'm not going to say literally, but basically the content of what he's saying is that he's going to appeal to the rich dents that promise him money to play a playthrough, and then they give him money for it.
Like my content.
Like pretty much like a Patreon thing. He's pretty much running a Patreon thing on YouTube. Hey, you guys, if you can promise that you're going to get me this much support, I'm going to play this game.
Come by and engage and support with it. So the question is, what happened with Claire Obscure where we were getting that attention, we were getting that support, and all of a sudden, yesterday it fell off?
Okay, here's the thing, though. Who is going to give him this answer? The spokesperson for the Dark Side Filled Dents? The spokesperson for the trolls? Who is going to give him this answer? Because it's like he's sitting there and making faces to the camera and expecting somebody to talk back. He's like staring into abyss, waiting for the abyss to stare back at him, and it never does. And he's just sitting there and being like, oh, well, I guess I'm just too good at the game.
What happened with Blue?
What happened? What happened? Why didn't you give me money for this shitty game? Why?
That we were having people come by and say, listen, please make this a day stream because we love this game and we want the playthrough to continue and we'll support it. But then we're not getting that support anymore. What happened, right? What's the change? Is it because it's too long? In the case of Blueprints, it really, really baffles me because we're actually now unraveling the game-long mysteries that have been big questions.
Yeah, okay. I hate this fake gamer Phil. When he starts like pig-splaining a game in the way of like conveying to you that it's amazing, but it's all for the purpose of you giving him more money. It's like, if you want the ultimate, and he might say penultimate, example of this, go watch him calling his viewers lazy when he played Pokemon. Just look it up. You're going to find it. It's a great clip. And it's basically like, always like this. He has low money, and then the first thing we need to say is, okay, guys, this is not my fault. And then the second thing we need to say is, it's actually your fault. So the it's not my fault part consists of, I'm loving the game, I'm interacting with you guys, I'm in a great mood, I'm chilling, I'm drinking, all this stuff that makes him seem like he is putting in 11 out of 10 effort on being entertaining. And then the second part is like, well, I don't know what happened, you guys. I'm kind of like disheartened. I thought you guys liked it. It's like really basic child level manipulations. And I think one of the things that frustrate people the most is watching other allegedly mature adult people fall for this same shit, fall for this bullshit, and actually give them money for this, which is so transparently a toddler level of manipulation that you can see through. And you can see exactly where it starts. You can see what he wants to achieve with it. You can see how he does it. And you can see what's going to happen after he deploys the manipulation. And in the early days of like heavy begging pre-streams, it used to have almost like an immediate effect. He would have a begging segment, and then within 5 minutes, he would get at least $20. He would get somebody wailing out on him. And it would work, and it validated, and it reinforced that he should keep doing this. And he hasn't stopped ever since. And this $1,600, whatever the fuck, $100, this will only serve to validate that he is doing well, and what he is doing is great, and he will never, ever change. And it will further make him more delusional, because that's always what whaling does for him. They support his bad habits, and then he just continues the same way. And when the money dries up, he just gets worse. And he gets worse aggressively.
Time. And now we're getting those answers, and we're getting near the end of the game. We've opened 3 out of the 8 final doors. We're starting to piece together the clues we can do to solve the puzzles behind those doors. And that's literally the end of the game. So what's next, right? Like why are we losing audience? Why are we losing support for Blueprints? I'm actually stumped. And this is what I want to hear. I don't want to hear, oh,
I love the I don't want to hear. Typical abuser tactic. I don't want to hear. You hear this from somebody, they're abusing you.
you suck, you're boring. It's not. That's the toxic peanut gallery being toxic.
That's always going to surround you, Phil. Embrace it or die.
People who will never admit that I've done.
Embrace it or become this weird hermit schizophrenic. You have to adapt to the internet, buddy. You have to adapt to how the internet criticizes people, goes after people, bullies people, because they react to it, because they submit to it and become cucks and become little slaves to their audience. And they jump like you jump.
Done anything good. These are the people that will crap on me no matter what. The same people who said, oh, look at this, making fun of Phil playing Doom, when literally that's what everyone did in that room in Doom because it was full of explosive barrels. But you use me as the scapegoat and you take it out of context to get it yourself.
They use him as the scapegoat as if this is, I hate this shit. I hate the fucking narcissist, implying that there's some sort of grand scheme to hold him back, some sort of conspiracy theory. When, let's be honest, if there was, it would be harder to make him go viral if it was this manufactured troll op to get him viral. Because all of these things, when they happen to him, it happens organically. And that's the funniest thing about it, that somebody looks at his clip and is like, oh my God, look at this fucking idiot. And then people just start circulating it naturally. Of course, the detractors signal boosted, and then maybe It's a Gundam is going to see it and signal boosted, and then it's a chain, it's a snowball effect. But this is something that he can't do for himself organically and positively. And it is killing him. It's killing him that everyone else gets to make fun of him in a totally organic way with zero astroturfing, and he can't do it himself. He couldn't even do it himself when he was being astroturfed by Kino Casino. When they were sending people to his place, he managed to retain none of that shit because he's fucking boring.
Millions of views of clickbait because you're a fucking lying loser. Okay? I don't care about that. What I care about is my core audience of people who will come by and actually engage and support me for these playthroughs.
So, are we ready to admit that the core audience is people that donate money to him? Or is this, I guess this is probably has been abundantly clear for years now, I guess?
So the question is, what's changed? So I'd like feedback. I'd like genuine feedback. What do I do with Claire Obscure, and what do I do with Blueprints? I've invested over 30 hours into each game. I love the games. I feel that the playthroughs...
This is the thing, though, of running your own business, is that there will not be anyone to tell you what you're doing wrong, unless you get, like, consultants and stuff. But we're not doing it in this case. This is a sandwich shop with no consultancy. It's just a sandwich shop that exists. And this sandwich shop doesn't take inspiration from other sandwich shops that are successful. It just exists and does whatever it thinks is best, and that shit sucks. But when you do something like this, no one is going to tell you what's the right thing to do. You have to get out there, take the risk, and fail if you have to. And sometimes failing online is better than succeeding, because it can get you even more publicity and even more people watching your stuff.
are great.
Because he could have used being dog shit at Doom as a pipeline to get people to watch his stuff. But now, he shaped the narrative in such a way that he is the bad guy. He's the bad guy lashing out at all those people, just like completely innocuously, innocently laughing at his stuff. And he was super aggressive, defensive, apprehensive with them, and toxic as fuck, which made those people, if any of them are going to stick around, they're going to stick around here. They're not going to stick around over there.
So what is going on that I need to change? Do I need to change the schedule? What do I do? I honestly don't have the answers, but it's frustrating.
Look at how many options he offered to do. Should I change the schedule? Sure.
When I finally invest this much time into games, because you guys asked me to, by the way.
No, I disagree. A YouTube stream can be a business. Matter of fact, the TikTok channel can be a business. And in more and more cases, it's becoming so. To the point where kids nowadays, they don't want to be policemen, firemen, and teachers and doctors, they want to be influencers and TikTokers and people that go to the fucking Bahamas and make vlogs of them, like harassing people and shit. So all that shit can be a business, but the business strategy and the approach to business is completely different than your traditional business that is ran, because you need to be hip. You need to understand what's going on in the bigger picture of the internet, and you need to have people helping you out with this, so you can create a great workflow that consistently provides product. DSP, all that shit is trash. Like, everything I just said with him is dog shit.
Even know about blueprints, had no idea it existed. You guys convinced me to play it. I love it. Now I'm at fault for playing it. Every time I play it, the toxic bitches. Oh, why are you playing this?
The toxic bitches.
Come back when there's something that gets your really bad ADD attention span and stop.
I will. Thanks. There is a million other options that I will go and choose, and I will support them through engagement and maybe money, because you chased me away.
Bothering.
You don't offer what I want.
Because we're enjoying blueprints. Okay.
Mr. Businessman.
I don't need to hear the toxic shit. We don't.
No, just tell me nice things that make me feel good and attach money to them.
Okay, I'm just tired.
Let's be honest, I would prefer that too. 1,000%. But you got to know what's realistic and what's not.
Tired of hearing this buzzing that really doesn't matter, because those people never support my content anyway.
Oh, it's about the money. There we go.
Hear it.
I'm going to listen. Well, this whole segment boils down to I'm going to listen to the people that give me money. That is it. That is it.
It doesn't mean anything.
And he convinced himself. He knows it's a small subset of people, so he just knows to expect like 5 people with money. And what I love about him is when you got some pay pig in the chat, he just instantly gives them attention. It's like, even if the guy isn't in chat, he would be like, ooh, Hubba Bubba hasn't been here since like last week. Oh, I wonder where that guy went. He was very generous last time. It's just so fucking greasy and obvious. Like, his intent is obvious. I appreciate subtlety. If you're going to try manipulating people, at least be subtle. Because subtlety takes effort and it takes wit. And it takes intelligence. And he has none of those, and he's not willing to put in effort.
Anything, right? Just a bunch of fucking noise to annoy all of us.
Yeah, advertising, I totally agree with you on pretty much everything you said. Like, he, as a business, he's not treating it as a business the way it should, so it's a shitty business. I just disagreed with you initially that pretty much everything that makes you money can be a business. And specifically, and even more popularized, is becoming like online businesses like this.
Okay. So let's see what people have to say. We're going to do some shout outs here. All right?
Yeah, let's see what the paying customers have to say.
Let's do some shout outs and see what people have to say. We start off with Princess Luna, who did a $10 super chat. I feel like the day stream and night stream crowds are different. As far as long playthroughs go,
okay, do you guys want me to run the text-to-speech on this massive comment? This is going to take a couple of minutes, but it's not bad. Let's get a 1 in chat for yes, 2 in chat for no. And I'll try and estimate who is more.
I use the 3-episode rule to decide if I like a game or not. Okay? Okay.
I get it. I get it. You guys want it. You guys asked for it. This is how it works. Look at how easy this is. I didn't need to run any polls. I didn't need to lash out on people. I just needed to ask politely, would you like me to do this or this? So let's listen to this one.
That makes an average of 52 minutes played per real-time day.
So the part I skipped is how much he has played every individual game, which is annoying. And I don't want to listen to it. So now we're going to listen to a voice called Microsoft Eric Online. So shout out to Eric Online for this.
Day. If you take out 1 of every 7 for your day off, that makes an average of 1 hour played per stream day. That means, per week, you're putting out 5 to 6 hours of content per game. That means a day plus night stream or 2-day streams. That's not very much, and I think contributes to why people lose interest in your longer playthroughs. If your business model doesn't work for long games and you want to play long games, then your business model doesn't work. You said if you focus now on finishing Claire, then you couldn't play Night Rain or Switch 2. The thing is, you would already be done with Claire if you had focused on it. If you had played it 2 full days on release and then alternated full days with day stream only, you
Bro, this is like DSP debating himself. It's just a bunch of long-winded fucking bullshit. I'm already pissed off. Okay, actually, I'm gonna start from here, because this is where the actual good content starts. Everything else is just pigsplaining what takes long to play and shit like that.
When people say your playthroughs aren't very good, it's not purely from a place of trolling. If you had some of the best content out there, your VOD numbers wouldn't have under 500 views weeks after posting like Claire and Blueprints both have.
Cooked!
Some general points to help with viewership, which ultimately helps with support. Your theory of ask and you shall receive turns more people off than it does inspiring people to support you financially. Your night stream time is bad for everyone.
I agree. I agree with this the most, because eventually dramatic things are going to happen on the night stream, and I'm going to wake up to some bombshells and I'm going to be pissed off that I missed it. Namely, my biggest example is the cat reveal.
Meerkat is looking someone I wanna drop the 1,600.
What are you waiting for? Where is it?
I hope that idiot got the satisfaction in knowing he wasted that money on someone who just spent it like it was nothing. Detroit till I die. Meerkat mob WHO.
Hey, big ups, Swaggy Davis. I'm gonna be waiting for that 1,600, but make sure it's American dollars. We don't play with foreign currency. I know it costs less.
Everyone. European viewers are asleep. Even on the east coast of the US, your night stream ends after midnight. If your demographic is older like you say, very few are staying up that late night after night to watch you. Move both streams earlier or go back to one longer stream so your content doesn't run so late into the night. You use so much time on stuff you don't have to. You talk about the schedule 3 to 4 times a day and then post it in writing 2 more times.
That's legitimately, that's just, he can't help himself. It's the tism. He has to. Which everyone knows, everyone hates this. Outside of other autistic individuals. But, which might be the core audience when you think about it. But he's not gonna stop. He's just addicted to it. Because it makes him simulate doing more work. And doing more work is more justification to complain and beg people. Because of course it is.
Focus on one game would also alleviate this problem. You summarize what happened on stream both on the podcast and in the daily wrap, which also hurts your VOD numbers. There is so much time spent in those segments that could be gameplay to get you through games faster. If you talked about your schedule less, there would be less emphasis by everyone when you end up dropping a game. You talk about it so much that of course it draws attention. If a sandwich shop drops an item from the menu because it isn't selling, they don't make multiple announcements and talk to every customer about why they will probably drop the menu item. Selling out isn't inherently bad. Diversifying your income streams is...
Oh, by the way,
having a sponsor's
since Logan K is pointing this out in chat, go check out the Taken L's channel for an in-depth analysis of DSP's alleged autism. So make sure to watch that. I wanted to watch this for a long time. I just never got around to it. Because it's interesting to me. I don't know anything about autists, and I think that I might become one after listening to it, or I might realize that I am one. So it's probably very productive and entertaining.
Intrusive than asking people to give you financial contributions multiple times every stream. Here's the final thing I have on why support levels can drop drastically. It's one you probably won't want to hear or acknowledge. There aren't that many people contributing to the totals.
It's very telling that the Dens have to preface criticism with, Phil, wait, please. This isn't trolling.
Bro, legit, I mean, this is like how abused people act. And it, I mean, I'm not saying anything very deep or that's not obvious. But yeah, because they are scared that he's going to lash out and make it so they actually want to help him, right? That's kind of the thing. That's why I don't really respect them. And I think they're stupid. If they were giving him money saying that, hey, Phil, here's this to piss off the trolls, sure. But when it's somebody actually trying to give him advice, like this guy, God bless your soul, Mr. Elusive Man N7, that might be somebody's sock account for all I care, or no. But this guy spent so long doing this actual analysis and giving productive advice for his streams. And this motherfucker's not going to give a shit because it doesn't tell him what he wants to hear. You have to tell him what he wants to hear and attach money to it. That's how you talk to Dark Side Phil.
of a
Oh, I forgot this. We should move on with a message.
3 to 5 people like detractors say, but it's probably somewhere in the 20 to 30 range if I had to guess. If most of those people don't like a game, get bored of a game, can't show up to stream, or don't have money to give, then your totals are going to be low. Some of the above points on viewership will help with this, but you have to make some more changes to try to attract new viewers, at least enough to combat attrition. But that's a whole other conversation entirely.
It's a whole other conversation. That is not going to happen. So, yeah. Okay, let's move on with this.
Decide if you like it or not, right? And that's the thing, like with these games, both Blueprints and with Clear Obscure, those playthroughs did well. I mean, like I said, I've been playing these games now for over a month.
In what sense? In what sense did they do well? Let's have a look at the numbers. That is the actual thing that matters. So this Claire Obscure, let's find episode 20 and treat it as a cutoff point because it happened a long time ago. So 20, I will assume he is 20 hours into the game, plus minus, give or take a couple. So this is episode 21 of Claire Obscure. It got 430 views, give or take, for 10 days, which for DSP is okay. But like 2 years ago, I would look at his channel and be like, oh my god, this is under 1,000 views. This guy is going under. So yeah, I guess is great. I guess is great. Because that's not the number that actually matters.
All of a sudden now they're falling off, and that's the concern, is when you've already invested that much time into a game, obviously you want to see the end, right? But it's like, am I shooting myself in the foot? Right? Am I? I don't know, right?
He never knows anything.
I don't know.
He doesn't actually have his own opinion. This is what really pissed me off about him. I like opinionated, biased people. I like hard-headed people that are actually care enough to make an opinion. And he isn't one. He's like the softest, limp dick, spineless piece of shit loser who doesn't think about anything critically. He can make his own mind about stuff. His mind is always made up on some kind of emotional basis based on what he feels like he's angry about or what he feels like he wants, which is the worst fucking way to make your opinion. It's not critical at all, and that's why people don't trust his opinion and don't believe in it.
Mage says there's actually...
And he's also scared, which is like the worst thing when having an opinion. He is scared that somebody might be mad and stop liking him, which is fucking cringe.
Not much of Exposition 33 left. You could probably finish it in several more streams. Yeah, for what I'm going to understand, right, I think we're right at the end story-wise of Act 2, and people are saying the story of Act 3 is short, but then all the side content is unlocked and you can play it, correct? So...
Oh, and when he does this, so fucking greasy!
The story of Act 3 is short,
oh,
but then all the side content is unlocked and you can play it, correct?
Correct. And the little hand gesture. It's so obvious.
So, I guess we have to see then how it's going to go. You know, I definitely want to see it end, but I don't want to skip a bunch of stuff, you know? I don't know. Hold on, because there's a couple troll tips here. I'm just ignoring them.
Oh, yeah. What is he doing? Is this how you ignore stuff? By doing something to it? I thought ignoring it is just not acknowledging it exists. Yeah, good job ignoring it, Phil. I'll be right back. I'm just ignoring those tips.
All right, this is actually pretty insightful. All right, this is pretty insightful. I'm going to read this one.
Oh, you know, this is going to be somebody that says, oh, your detractors want money, Phil.
He is scared of being wrong. If he chooses someone else's idea, he can blame them, play victim, and beg during and after. If it leads to the possibility of begging, it's the first choice.
Bro. Being wrong has never been so lucrative and so attractive and so worthwhile. As long as you are opinionated and you stand on business on what you mean, you can get a shit ton of people fucking attracted to you to either tell you that you're a complete piece of shit and you should do the thing from the cliff, or that you are based and you're amazing. He's just a coward. That's the thing. He's a coward. And I agree with you entirely that he is scared of being wrong. But you kind of have to be, if you want to talk about stuff on the internet, if you want to be a personality, a public figure on the internet, you have to have opinions on stuff. And some opinions will inevitably be wrong. And the best you can do is make sure that your opinion is educated and defend it if you think it's correct. Or, I guess, change your opinion if you think that it's wrong.
And although some of this might seem like it may be insulting or trolling, I actually think it's kind of insightful, so I'm going to read it, okay? Let's see it. You guys tell me if you think that this might hold true, okay?
But shouldn't you know because you are the guy who runs the stream? You are the guy.
I agree. Your passion came through during the Suikoden playthrough.
Oh yeah, very, very true, Extra Galactic Girl. People respect you when you're able to admit that you're wrong. So unless you have some, like, insane fucking opinion that you are dying on the hill of, and then eventually you admit you're wrong, people are going to respect it and be like, you know what? Hey, shit happens. Made a mistake. Because you can't be on the internet for 15, 20 years, even 3, 4, 5 years, doing content actively and not fucking up, not fumbling something, not saying something really stupid sometimes, just a brain fart. It happens to everybody.
I agree. Your passion came through during the Suikoden playthrough, or Suikoden playthrough. I forget.
What does that mean, your passion came through? Are we talking about some master chef? Shout out to that show, by the way. It's great. Are we talking about some sculptor? Or are we talking about some musician? Man, your passion really came through when I heard that piece played on a piano in the Philharmonic Orchestra, whatever the fuck. No, it's some fucking bum retard playing shitty-ass video games. Oh my god, your passion came through, Phil, because you weren't grunting and whining the whole time. You were whining and grunting almost every fucking day, except this time.
Forgetting how to pronounce it. You
so
had
epic.
A natural charisma. The support directly correlated with how passionate that you were for that game and how you connected with it. Your best play.
So does that mean that Phil's gonna be fake as fuck for every playthrough he does? Because that's passion?
Through in years, in my opinion, is it fair to say, following this logic, is there maybe a lack of passion?
Let's be honest. The only thing he is passionate about, and he is actually expressing energy and confidence and, well, not confidence, but passion for, is shitting on other people. He's passionate to shit on Neil Druckmann and Kojima and fucking Duty and Tevin.
Or lack of...
Hopefully someday it's going to be me.
Charisma that's responsible for low support games, like, for example, Clair Obscur. It seems like with a game like Truck Sim, although it sounds like it could be boring on paper, it really allows your spice to come through.
What is your spice, bro?
Maybe it's a lack of personality or passion coming through on low support streams. Well, think of it this way, right?
Oh, okay. So this is like, I'm not saying you don't have personality, but it only shines through on occasion. Wow, what a great online entertainer that he's only occasionally has personality. And the rest of the time, he's a dry fucking ball sack. Yeah, very good, Phil. Awesome.
When I'm playing Clair Obscur, all right, there's a plot, and I comment on the plot, but a lot of it is just sitting around watching cutscenes for the plot. And there's not much you can really do about that. That's how the game is unfolded. It's through cutscenes, right? Now, the gameplay...
This I would agree with. There's some difficulties in streaming gameplay, like with the cutscenes. Sometimes if you talk too much, you're talking too much over a dramatic cutscene. If you say nothing, then it's just dead air for like 20-minute cutscene. I know, it's difficult.
Is turn-based.
But that's one of his least problems. Because people understand that. They understand you're watching a cutscene, and you should probably be quiet so people can see what's happening in the cutscene. Unless you have a really, really interesting thing to say.
And the gameplay requires planning and learning the different play styles of each character, which I've done. Like, I've played with every character in the game, and I've learned their play styles. And I even said this on stream yesterday. I don't think there's a single character in Clair Obscur who I don't like playing with. They all play differently, but they're all very fun to use. So because of that, I'm actually enjoying when the game forces you to use different parties or shuffle the characters around or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But in regards to the gameplay of Clair Obscur, a lot of it is, okay, here's a new enemy. Let's see what they're going to do. Okay, let me see if I can time this button press to parry. Did I get it or not? Oh, shit, I missed it. Or, oh, I got it perfectly. Nice, shiny, fancy counterattack, right? And maybe that's fun the first or second time you face a new enemy. And maybe it's fun when you're facing a boss. But you can't always make that entertaining.
That's where life experience comes in. Because people, like I've said, essentially want somebody to hang out with. When they show up to a gameplay stream, sure, they want to look at the game. But the core of what they show up, I think, for the most part, is to hang out with somebody. So you can talk about your experiences that you've had, places you've been to.
Big ups at Meerkat Mob, Aiden Becker.
Hey, shout out to Aiden Becker. I hope you guys like the Chiking tonight. We have something really good prepared. And a very good final already is shaping up to be. We have some secrets in things. And thank you for your continued support, Aiden Becker. Big ups. So let's get back on the topic. They want to hang out with somebody. You can talk about where you went on vacation, what you did in your spare time, except Phil is fucking boring and he can't multitask. So we're broken on both categories.
Right? If I'm facing the same party of enemies for the 5th time, it's not going to be as entertaining as the first time I fought them, right? So maybe it's the style of game, right? Maybe certain games just go better than others. I would counter that, though, with Blueprints. And here's why I say that. I actually think that the Blueprints playthrough, I have been fully engaged with that game the entirety of the time I've played it. Solving the puzzles, trying to understand the plot, trying to figure out the nuances of each thing that's going on in the game. Like, literally every room has had hidden meaning that I didn't understand at first, but we figured that out, right? And it's turned out very positively. I don't know why Blueprints, which had people very excited for it.
You lost them, Phil. You lost the people. Is the same thing as in wrestling. Because wrestling, I like it as an industry very much because it encapsulates it within itself many different industries. It has elements of sport, of course. It has elements of drama, soap opera, TV shows, depending on which promotion you watch. And as if he was a wrestler, he had a little bit of hype and heat in the beginning, and then he had some bad promos and underwhelming matches, and he lost the people. And now they just want something else.
Now, while we're at the end of the game, where we're coming to the culmination of the plot lines, the secrets are being finally revealed, and the mysteries are being solved and answered, why now there'd be a falling off? I'm just as engaged with that game now as I was at the beginning of the playthrough, so I don't get it.
He doesn't get it. Please, somebody answer him.
Okay?
Tell him what the problem is so he can dismiss you and shrug again.
So now, as you can see, all the toxic losers who I said are just wastes of everyone's time are speaking up on Kick, and they can all enjoy their nice big bands right now. They can all get fucked.
The problem is he runs his chat like it's 1984. If you say the wrong word, you're banned. If you say a meme, you're banned. If you talk about anything off topic, you're banned.
Yes.
Very anti-fun.
Exactly. And what is the result? Is that people become more like this. And they talk about other things, and they have interesting names that he gets triggered by. And in many instances, they're asking to be banned. But that's a monster that he created by making a big deal out of people getting banned. Because he could just ban somebody. You can ban somebody from the space that you're operating. This is not the fucking American Constitution. You don't have the right to exist here. He gets to decide if you get to exist. But he runs it like he's a fucking actual dictator.
Here you go.
Here you go. And now we're taking the time to ignore them. Hold on, I'm ignoring them. I have to take some extra time to ignore them.
He talks about being engaged in a game like a child talking about how they pay attention in CL gingerly.
Yeah.
And like a child, he wants a cookie for doing that.
Look, I paid attention in class. Now give me a good grade without having to take the test. I mean, sure, Philly, but your head is looking kind of weird today, so I'm going to give you a failing grade. You get an F, buddy.
Okay.
Big ups Wesley H for the 5.
The lengthy games fall off because they're getting stretched out into too many parts. Perhaps doing entire days of the same game would work. But again, I understand what you're saying, Sidious. But number one, not everyone can sit here an entire day watching a stream. You have to understand that. Who has an entire free day to watch me play one game all day? In addition,
they can just listen. You can just listen to him when you're working. That's what I do. Well, not to him, but I listen to stuff when I'm working. I listen to music. You can. People work from home. People work in the office, have nothing to do all day. People have shit to do and put it in the background, and it gets you watch time. Adapt to reality, Phil. Adapt to reality. But no, he wants too much. He expects too much. He wants you to actually watch him all the time. He wants you to literally dedicate actual hours to watch him.
If I do that, I will basically turn off the variety audience that I have. I have a variety audience. People tune in for different games at different times. Someone might stick around for Blueprints but not care about Minecraft. Someone might be here for Minecraft but not care about fighting games on Friday. You see what?
But why won't they show up for Phil? Make them show up for Phil. That's what you should do. Make them show up to hang out with you and to enjoy your company, your parasocial company on the internet. Do that.
I'm saying I can't just keep playing the same games nonstop. Bruno Hart says maybe people went on vacation for Memorial Day.
Oh, yeah, yes. Maybe they were on vacation. Maybe there's inflation going on. It's the stock market. It's a buyer's market for cars, so people are just buying cars all the time. Sure. Maybe reality changed and a meteorite hit, and it changed the fabric of reality to where people don't like Phil anymore for inexplicable reasons.
Those kind of things, as much as you might want to try to use those as justifications, they've always been red herring excuses.
Red herring excuses. Wow.
There is no, oh, there's a holiday. Oh, people are broke right now. It's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
The entire
My pay pigs are never broke.
industry, the entire industry would fall apart. Do you understand? No one would be able to stream. No one would make any money. That's just, it's not.
But that's why people stream during times where they're going to get more views, because they have analytics for that. YouTube shows you when people watch you the most. So you stream then, and you base your business around the performance indicators that help you succeed.
Sense. There's no, oh, well, because don't you know?
And also it's Phil comparing himself to the rest of the market, which is absolutely absurd.
Any person with a personality and who isn't an butterfly hat can make games more interesting. With Phil, all he cares about is the money, and it clearly shows who wants to be berated and pay someone who has the personality of wet paint. Please talk about my wife.
There you go. This is it. This is it pretty much.
Talk about my wife.
And what I like about it is that it's not some like advanced science or some development in human evolution that nobody can explain. It's painfully obvious. And little children are becoming streamers and playing Fortnite and doing TikToks and becoming wildly successful. The fucking Rizzler. The Rizzler is literally a fat kid. Just a fat kid that does a weird face. And he's on TV every time. Come on, Phil. Be more like the Rizzler. Go to Costco. Eat a fucking cookie.
That people were waiting for their tax breaks to come in and then they're going to support you. That's not bullshit.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He does all this weird mental gymnastic that makes people look for those excuses. Because he removes himself from the equation, which is the right answer, by the way. And then we start nitpicking everything else. What time of day is it? How many people are watching? Which game is he playing? How are the stars and the constellations arranged in this time according to his horoscope? All this shit doesn't matter.
People have money to support what they like, and they will. There's got to be a correlation that's not, oh, just...
I don't think people always have money to give to streamers. I don't think this is it should be just taken for granted. Just because they had money to give Phil.
It's a holiday or something.
And it's also not about having money to give to a streamer. Having money specifically to give to you. Because they can like you a lot and watch you, and at the same time, go and give like 50 gifted subs to Asmongold.
Nonsense. Because then you're telling me, oh, every single streamer can't make any money this week because it was Memorial Day? That sounds like bullshit to me.
I agree. It's the industry's fault.
Well, thanks, Hyperfixate, for a $2 super chat. I'm definitely not reading what you just said.
Why not?
I appreciate the support. Well, let's see. We got a tip here, but I don't know. Let's take a look. What is going on with my screen here? Stop that.
Okay, we're skipping this.
Oh, that's horrible.
Okay, hold on.
Because I find it boring. I'm a streak. Suddenly, LARPers are asking you to go
LARPers
6 when you're playing this new collection. You're right. Why do they want Street Fighter 6? Because I don't like
Yeah, I appreciate the LARPer element.
Other streamers don't rely on 5 viewer to carry.
And I guess if they had to, they would open up an alternative way of supporting him that also makes him money by not you directly giving him money. You can do a lot of gimmicks like that. You can do events, streaks, all kinds of weird shit. You can just be creative with it, go crazy, and see what people like. But for him, I don't know if they even like anything. I think they just give him money sometimes when he shuts up. I don't know.
it. Because
It's many reasons. Big up Simomoto for the 2, dude.
I find it boring, and because I don't spend enough time on it to beat up the scrubs. When I'm playing this new collection and I'm actually doing well, oh, that's horrible, that's boring. No, it's not boring. I'm doing well, and you're just a loser. Okay? You don't like the fact that I'm good at games, okay? Face it, I'm actually good at some games, okay? Not all of them. Most of them I do suck at. Old school fighting games.
Okay, I mean, that's what people are saying, that you're bad at most games, and you're kind of okay at fighting games, because you used to play them all your life.
I'm really good at.
That's not a big felt, Phil.
Some modern games, Clear Obscure, I'm actually really good at it.
Yeah, you know what they say, Pescator, the customer is always a loser. That's a great way to run a sandwich shop.
I've done exceptionally well. I beat a level 70 dungeon when I went in at like level 30, okay? I'm actually good at the game. Too bad that you can't accept that. Doom the Dark Ages, I actually...
Is someone... I haven't even seen anybody coping over DSP being good at this game. They just say he's over-leveled, which lets him bypass the challenges in the game, which is not the proper way to play a game if you're trying to entertain an audience. Matter of fact, you should probably challenge yourself as much as possible.
Actually did not suck at. Now, I'm not saying I was good at it, because I wasn't. But I actually did not suck at that game. It doesn't matter how many mouth-drooling idiots watched a meme on the internet thinking that, because they're mouth-drooling idiots, I'm actually not bad at Doom the Dark Ages.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what your meme is and what your narrative is that you...
But exactly, it doesn't matter. People will remember you as being bad at games. They don't care if you did well at the rest of the playthrough, which I very much put into question.
Push. You're still fucking wrong. It doesn't matter how many idiotic, cackling morons are around you. You're still wrong. And the smart people look at you from the outside and say, wow,
Who are the smart people? Where are they?
the masses really are getting dumber by the fucking day. I'm not...
Who are they? He made this tweet seething at the people making fun of him for the Doom playthrough, and he got like 20 likes. Who are the smart people?
Not actually bad at every game. There's nothing that you can do about it. Kiss my ass.
But now it seems like you're coping and seething.
Thanks for the $2.
That's what it seems like. And like you're getting triggered by people in the chat.
Tip whoever that was because it was anonymous.
It was anonymous.
No, man, I don't know.
Hold on, somebody said something super intelligent.
So really what we need to figure out, because this is me being pretty transparent here, is
very transparent.
I don't know what to do about these lengthy playthroughs. What do I do about Clear Obscure right now? What do I do about Blueprints right now? Right now, I have a Blueprint stream right now we're doing no matter what.
The outcome is always the same. And the answer is the third path, which is, I'm going to ask for contributions and you're going to like it. It's a great quote.
And we've got...
If you don't know, I have to find it on PigPigGo. That's incredible.
Clear Obscure stream I'm doing tomorrow no matter what. Outside of that, I literally don't know what else to do moving forward. I want to continue to play and finish these games. But I also can't be like, oh, time to play Clear Obscure, so time to make $5 an hour today. Because people are burnt out on it. You know, if you guys literally said to me right now, play Clear Obscure, just finish the story, I would do it. Because I don't want the playthrough to die. But at the same time, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to get significantly less enjoyment out of doing it.
Here it is. He's going to get less enjoyment. Who gives a fuck about your enjoyment? Go back to the production line, motherfucker. Make some more shitty Let's Plays. Nobody cares about your enjoyment. You're at work, dumbass. Somebody asking me what I like doing at work?
Been doing, but understanding that we're just not going to put up with this bullshit from these fucking losers anymore. And yes, I am going to make...
I hear Home Depot.
No!
Great range of rope fill.
I hear so as well. Too bad I've never been to Home Depot. You could probably buy some nice stuff there. You can also get a ladder or a step stool, but I'm pretty sure he has one already in his bathroom. So listen to this quote.
My path, which I've been doing, but understanding that we're just not going to put up with this bullshit from these fucking losers anymore. And yes, I am going to make money. I am going to ask for contributions, and you're going to like it.
In the little head shake, you're gonna like it. His own audience that likes him already. What are you talking about?
Money. I am going to ask for contributions, and you're gonna like it because I'm successful and you're not.
That is so cool, dude. That is so cool. He flexing on his own trolls. On the people that like his content, that are complaining that he begs for money too much. And he's like, well, I'm gonna fucking ask for money because I'm successful and you're a broke cuck. And you're gonna give me your money even though you're broke and you're a loser and you're not successful.
Because success doesn't mean you steal success from someone else. It means
what?
You make it for yourself. Which
steal success. This is the same guy that straight up wanted Kino Casino to give him an audience. And he failed with his opportunity.
Is what
he was so fucking lazy and boring and trash.
I have always done, and you could never do, because you
could, you know, even if they intended on milking him and snaking him eventually, because he's Dark Side Phil and everybody snakes him, even if they wanted to do it, they would have milked him for content for a lot longer than they ended up doing, because they realized in the end that he's self-serving and he doesn't give a fuck about good content. He doesn't care about good drama content. And all he wanted to do the whole time is go after people that disliked him, but be signal boosted by Kino Casino. That's all he wanted to do. Stealing success.
You don't have talent.
You don't have talent, though.
Anyone who relies on...
This guy can't even edit a fucking YouTube video. He got people doing it for him, and he can't even pay for it.
...on me to make their content has no talent.
You don't have to have talent. I have a job. You don't need talent when you have a job, Phil. You need talent because you don't have a job, and you don't have talent. That's why you have to beg for money, bitch.
He's gay!
Sorry, it's just true.
Nice sip. Let's go back to reality, also known as something from 3 days ago.
I feel like I want to do the content in the game, and I'm missing out on a representation of what that game is meant to be if I don't do this content that is opened up in front of me.
I'm gonna ask for contributions, and you're gonna like it, because I'm successful.
That would make me sad, but I would do what you guys want.
I'm successful.
Because I am. To be honest, I'm beholden to the viewer. I have to do...
Oh, no.
I can't just sit here like a fool and do what I want all day, every day. I'll go out of business. I have to listen to feedback from the viewers and do what they ask for. Okay? Princess Luna, as much as I would like to do that, it's not possible. Princess Luna says, do you consider finishing games off stream, uploading them as separate videos, and then finishing other games on stream?
Why? But that would mean he still has to record them. Why not stream it? I don't understand. Hey, big up Shane Lawson, who is from Australia. Look at this. Crikey.
I would have to clone myself. I'm here.
No, we can't handle another DSP. We can't.
In this office around 10:30 a.m. every day.
Oh, now we get busy man explanation.
About 4:30 p.m. Then I get about an hour to an hour and a half break, which is me eating and doing errands and spending some time with my wife. I'm back in this office by 6:30, and I don't get to leave until after 10:30. Then I spend an hour with my wife, and I go to bed. That's my day.
Okay, that sounds miserable as fuck for somebody who is so happy with his life. And you're talking about it like it sucks. I thought you were a workaholic and you love your work. What is this? You hate it?
I don't have endless extra hours to do offline gameplay content and do offline series plus streaming online series. I can't. I would have to have a team of people working for me to pull that off.
But you already have a team of people working for you. You have also referred to them as your editors or your team of editors in the past. You actually did that. And they work for free. So you get the best of both worlds.
Genuinely one of the most delusional people on earth. That's why he's a better lolcow than all of the others. Big up Smearcat.
Well, the beauty of the lolcow is in the eyes of the beholder style individual. And this one, that's the beauty that I can find. He is so surreal and delusional that is just an endless well of milk.
You're milking a human.
So yeah. Big ups J-Dog for the 60 knocks, dude.
And I don't. I'm a one-man show. I always have been. That's some of the appeal of what I do is because I'm not sold out. I'm not corporate. I don't treat this like I put on a fucking suit and tie to pump out this highly polished content. It's just a dude enjoying games, right?
Yeah, like 1 million other dudes enjoying games.
So I don't think that your suggestion is off kilter or crazy or ill-spirited at all. Don't take it like that. I'm just saying that's just not viable. Either I'm a full-time interactive streamer or I'm an offline YouTuber. I can't be both. I can't clone myself to have, I play Clear Obscure offline and upload many hours of footage of that a day, plus I'm doing 6 to 8 hours of streaming a day. I can't do it. You know?
Then some days you stream and some days you edit videos. I don't know, man. Figure it out. This is your problem.
Honest. I am exhausted.
And one of the most annoying things he does, which he does that with pretty much anything ever, just think about anything he's done, is make his problem other people's problem when it's not their problem. And he tries very hard to convince you that this is actually your problem because he is too powerless to deal with it himself.
Phil is about as successful as Klarna is right now. The difference is an actual business and Phil is just a glorified panhandler who's propped up by a few dented individuals. So yeah, he's the epitome of success.
Well, he is somehow successful, I guess. Because someone gave him $1,600 yesterday, which validates everything that we're watching right now. So he was right all along for literally everything, because somebody gave him a lot of money.
Level that I work.
This is how he wins. Big ups, fantastic Mr. Swaggy Davis Jr. Big ups.
If you haven't noticed, I've been trying to take extra time off to spend with my wife. We want to take an extra day off in the next few weeks, and we don't even know when we can do it. Can't do it this week because of Night Rain. Can't do it next week because you got both the launch of the Switch 2 and you've got Summer Game Fest. Don't even know if we can do it the week after. I don't know. It's like frustrating right now, you know? So I don't think that's the solution. But my content is streamed content. Get it?
Get it? And then we have a bunch of dead air. Nice streamed content, Phil. I would have looked up my phone right now to see if it's buffering. And then I would have been like, why the fuck am I even listening to this guy? He's fucking boring. And then I would click away.
Okay.
Because, like, if he was watching other people, he would know what the viewer's point of view is. But he doesn't, because he's not a viewer. He just wants to make money off of them. He wants to make money off of streaming culture and this platform without being a part of the culture and the platform. Just like he wants some random clout of the FGC without being in the FGC and constantly denying that he's in the FGC. And now more dead air.
Well, someone took $2. Now here's another take. Listen to this. Most gamers are playing games from years ago, and the most popular streamer games are old. The average gamer only buys 2 games a year. Most gamers aren't just on to the next thing. Even your Suikoden playthrough did well. I don't think it's the age of the games that's the issue. You focus too much on hot new releases. Listen, I'm down for playing older games. I've told you guys. I like.
And now I guess the takeaway from this message was you should play older games. So he's gonna go and be like, well, I'm playing Minecraft, and that we had a slow stream last week. Therefore, this is invalid.
Fact that I can go back and play older games when you recommend them, right? And that's worked well. Take a look at what happened with Onimusha, which I didn't even know what it was. And then I played it and I absolutely loved it. You know, the only reason we're not playing Onimusha 2 right now is because I'm stuck into too many lengthy playthroughs and I don't have time for it in the schedule, right? Oh, excuse me. So, listen, I'm down for older games. I outright said, over the course of the summertime, I would love to do a modded run of GTA 4, now adding in modernized graphics and things that make the playthrough feel fresh and interesting and new on PC.
That's going to be a nightmare. You can barely run that fucking game on PC. It's a terrible idea. It's a bad port. He's gonna break his files a bunch, doing random mods. Yeah, fuck off.
See, I think that would be a great way to lead into GTA 6 next year, right? But at the same time, when I don't play the new releases, I get yelled at. So many people gave me shit because I didn't play Metaphor, because I didn't play Monster Hunter, because I didn't play Split, what was it called? Split Decision, Split Dimension, Split, whatever the hell it was called. I skipped a bunch of games in the last 6 months, and everyone complains. Oh, you really missed out, Phil. Why didn't you play those? What kind of a gamer are you? I'm really disappointed in you.
But they say this about everything he does. Even the game that gets wailed out the most, somebody in the comments is gonna say, Phil, you're trash at this game, you suck.
Split Fiction. Okay. So, yeah, like, I don't know how to appease everyone, because when you're a variety creator, right? You can't please everyone, because everyone wants something different. There's people who want me to cover the new releases. Then there's people who want me to play retro games.
But this isn't about pleasing everyone. This is about him not even knowing what his audience likes seeing. Because my audience likes seeing me shitting on DSP and calling him a retard. That's why when I show up here, I do that. Sometimes I would yell about basketball or something, but it's this, because this is what people show up for. And this is what I feel like making. If I felt like making something else, I would make it on a different channel where it was about something else. So people that like this channel are not going to be confused and go away.
Then there's people who want me to beat games right away and as fast as possible, but there's people who want me to take my time and do all the side content. And it seems like no matter what, I can't find that happy medium all the time. Sometimes I can. I mean, let's be honest. This year has been really good up to now, okay? What's going on this week with Blueprints and Claire Obscure has not been the case the entire year at all. This has just been this week. We've seen a few slow streams. I'm wondering how to remedy that. That's why I'm appealing to you for that information. But this year has been great. I've apparently been a good job.
Apparently.
Done a good job juggling everything.
Sure, man. He's giving himself compliments is so pathetic.
To appease as many people as I can, knowing that I can't be perfect to everyone, but I think there's been something for everyone that everyone has really enjoyed, right? And trust me, it was tough because I was in the midst of a bunch of drama nonsense, and you saw how hard it was for me to pull myself out of that, but I managed to do it. And I'm doing consistently well since. So I'm happy.
Then what are we crying about now? You're doing great.
But I'm curious what to do with these.
Because, like, even when this guy is doing well, he is crying. Always. Even at the best of times, something is not perfect. Something is missing. And the missing link is more money. That always.
Playthroughs that
and when he gets more money, he spends it on the fucking RGBs and then spends like 6 months telling you how much you love them and then begs for money again.
This long, because you notice these are the playthroughs that are the problem.
Like, it's crazy.
Any game that I can beat within a couple of weeks, no issue. It's only when the games get to the point where we're talking like a month or 2 months. You know what I'm saying? That's tough. It's tough to figure out.
All right. Dead air? Dead air? Come on. Say something. Burnell.
Okay. Well, I basically...
In a deep sigh. That's the first thing we got. An okay with a deep sigh. Thanks, Phil.
I had my piece on this.
Thanks. We lost like 10 people watching this.
I'd like to know what to do.
I'd like to know what to do. This is where the conversation started and ended. I want to know what to do. Everything in between is completely worthless. And a cope is just him telling himself things to make himself feel better and take the blame off himself, which is awesome.
Literally just skip lengthy games. Is that the problem? Because it seems like those are the games that are
skip lengthy games because people have ADHD. The reality is, I guess the pacing of the stream should be better. You should have high energy. You should be excited, keep people's attention. And eventually, if you keep their attention long enough, they're going to forget that you're there, and they're just going to leave you in the background and get you a bunch of watch time. And this is how you win. Make content that's going to get people, and then keep them docile and asleep. and they can fall asleep to it, which DSP, I guess, is pretty good at.
Right? Let's get everyone's feedback. Tag me in chat. I want to hear everyone's feedback on this subject, because by hearing everything you guys have to say, it's going to allow me to get a better big picture. Thanks to that tipper earlier.
Oh, this is like the worst idea you can do. The worst idea is, guys, tag me in chat and tell me what to do. And then you get like 10 million people saying a bunch of different stuff, people trolling you on purpose, you just getting angry because somebody trolled you and made fun of your wife, and it never ends. It's just a endless loop of bullshit.
The couple tippers, actually.
And then he's going to read somebody that he agrees with that says, Phil, you should just beg for money and do whatever you want. And the actual pay pigs are going to give you money after all because you're their sugar baby. And then he's going to say, yeah, well, I mean, I can see why that would work. Okay. That's what I'm looking for, like good advice.
Who have gotten a lot of insight here. Thanks to Princess Luna. I really appreciate you guys giving all these takes. This is going to help, okay? Well, Princess Luna says maybe one long playthrough at a time. Well, the problem with that is, number one, I don't always know it's going to be a long playthrough, right? And number two, for example, let's say I had to choose between Blueprints or Clear Obscure. How do you choose? They're both amazing games. One is like best-in-class puzzler, and one is best-in-class RPG. How do you pick?
You're taking yourself away from the conversation, and you're what's important. What game you can make a better playthrough of? What game can you make a better stream of? That's all that it's about.
Which best-in-class...
What is a good stream? When you play Clair Obscure, what makes for a good stream? What makes for a good stream when you play Call of Duty? What makes for a good stream when you play Minecraft? You should ask yourself that question for every single thing that you do. And then you focus on it, and you get better at making the good stream at that particular thing.
Game to play.
Like, for example, Minecraft, the appeal is the exploration, building interesting stuff, going to the nether and, like, farming stuff and going on adventures. And in the downtime where you're just building stuff, crafting stuff, you can just talk about what you're doing. You can talk about basketball. You can talk about... I don't know, whatever movie is coming out, and the Avengers, and whatever other nonsense.
Right? And once we beat it, then what's the next one that I play? Or the problem is, a lot of the times, if you don't play the game when it's hot, people don't care about it anymore, right? So that's what I'm concerned about. If you don't play that stuff, what do? I don't know. King Ferb says maybe the days of completing all games are a thing of the past. Well, that's true. And the thing is, if you notice, this year I did try out a few games that I didn't continue with, and people had issue with that. Oh, what's wrong with you? Now you don't finish any games anymore. What is up with that?
What do you mean? I finished 3 games.
But we like it, we invested in it, and now you're not gonna like look what happened.
I mean, yeah, you defined yourself on the internet as the guy that takes the game day one and plays the whole thing, and then records it and uploads it to the internet. This is what people show up for, right?
Happened with
it's like people showing up for me shitting on DSP and I'm shitting on Review Tech USA.
The crazy weirdo indie game. What the hell's the name of it? I can't even remember the name of it, right? But we played it for like a month and a half. Hold on.
And now we have this element of the podcast where we're just clicking on a screen that we don't get to see.
There are tons of game streamers out there who literally will play a game once or twice to see if it can.
You know what? I think I know the recipe for DSP to be a successful podcaster. He needs a cuck. I mean a co-host. Who is a cuck, though? He needs somebody with him who's going to fill in the dead air with nothing and might also read the super chats. Which is like... And also a guy to be the butt of the joke. So when somebody sends him a super chat and says, hey, let's call him Bill, I guess. His name is Bill. Hey, Bill looks like fucking dog shit today. And then DSP can fake laugh and be like, oh my god, yeah, you kind of look like dog shit today. Blah. And then when DSP is clicking around on stream, the other guy can talk about something else or what, like the schedule. And this way, DSP is going to fulfill his narcissistic ego by bullying somebody, and also he's going to have somebody helping him.
Here's $1 telling Bruno Fernandez to GT.
Yes.
That disaster club and go get the bag.
Yes, I'm very adamant with that. Bruno should go to the Saudi Arabian heavens and get a huge bag of money and not think about United ever again.
catches on. If it catches on and people like
Look at the diversity of topics we have today. We have football and basketball.
it and support it, they'll keep playing it. If it doesn't get, any kind of attention or support within 1 or 2 streams, they dump it, and that's their methodology, and no one cares. Everyone's like, that's fine. That makes sense. But to me, wage quit. What a horrible thing. What are you talking about? Any business that tries something new has a new offering to the customers. If the customers don't actually catch on and buy it or want it, they stop offering it, right? If you have a sandwich shop and you sell Philly cheesesteaks, but you decide now
But no, this is not equivalent.
chicken cheesesteak as well. If it doesn't sell within 2 weeks, do you just keep buying the chicken even though you're not selling?
Because you don't start making the Philly cheesesteak and it takes you like 3 weeks to make it. And eventually you stop making it because you thought, you know what, after 3 weeks, I don't think the customer wants it anymore.
Or do you say, all right, I'll just go back to focusing on the Philly cheesesteaks?
That's because it's not a sandwich shop, Phil. And if it was, it would be trash and it would have closed down.
That's business. But people are dumb and they want to turn it into toxic stuff. I do believe that moving forward, I can't just commit to fully finishing every single game I play. On the flip side of that, okay, there are games like, for example, here we go, Clair Obscure Blueprints. They did well at first. Absolutely they did. I love them. And now we've invested so much time in them, I don't want to give them up. But again, I can't continue to say, hey, well, now I have 2-3 games in the rotation that are 30 hours long, and now no one's showing up and is supporting them, so what do I do?
Oh, we can't save him, guys. I think it's over for him.
Personally, I don't mind lengthy playthroughs, but my opinion matters little because I am newer here. Definitely try and play something you might enjoy, though. Don't be afraid to drop stuff.
You're not that new if you know that you should invalidate your own opinion before you present it to Phil by saying that my opinion is probably trash, but here's what it is. That's good. Very nice of you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. And the comment was basically, yeah, make something that is fun for you so you can cry less, and maybe people are gonna like it when you're having fun. Which is not a novel concept, but he hasn't tried doing it. And the things that he likes doing, eventually he doesn't like because people don't give him enough money. And then we get those segments.
Oh my god, you guys, I'm playing this game from my childhood. But you're not appreciating it. I'm having fun. I'm putting my passion for video games. And you guys, I don't know what happened.
And then we're back here.
You hear it's the actual opposite. You hear says that's the issue. Instead of seeing yourself as a streamer, sounds like you see yourself as a business.
Well, why is this fucking microphone pointed at his forehead? It's so weird.
Person. It makes it seem like you don't have passion anymore. No, the problem is I have so much passion that I haven't sold out, so I don't worry about this shit anymore.
What about what? What you don't have to worry about what?
Okay? Why are there content creators much bigger than me that don't have to worry about this?
About what?
Because they have 4,000 sponsors, because they shill crap, products, games that are garbage, but they tell you to buy them. There's ads all over.
But does that mean you're gonna buy them? Is that what it means? You're gonna buy them just because someone tells you buy this, and then you just like money automatically is spent
over their shit. Click here for the referral code. Click here to buy this.
Okay.
Fucking trash, right?
What if it's a cool piece of trash? Like DSP is surrounded by pieces of trash that he recommends people buy. Or DSP, who has advertisements of himself on the whole screen and also advertises himself verbally all the time. This entire segment is him in the workshop, in the boardroom, talking about how he can advertise himself and have a better product. This whole segment, instead of having content,
they've
like the thing that he is passionate about,
completely become nonsensical, very toxic content creators that are only there for drama and sensationalist purposes, so they get the drama views and bait, so they don't have to worry about actually getting views and support for a playthrough, because they're so busy, ragging on people and hurting things all around them, burning everything scorched earth.
But this was Phil a couple months ago when he made so much money off Kino Casino. He just told him that he doesn't have to like bother with this kind of stuff. He doesn't have to care if a playthrough makes money because we get the big bag from the Kino Casino drama.
Doesn't matter. They're just so super popular and make tons of money anyway. I'm not like any of that. Literally, I don't do drama and I don't chill. I don't do the two things.
But you do though. He does drama constantly, or at least he tries at the least. He covers drama. He covers his own drama. He creates his own drama, and he shills himself. He shills himself in the most pathetic, desperate marketing strategies that you can think of. And he tries to nickel and dime everybody all the time. I think the latest scam was playing American Truck Simulator and asking for $20 so you can pick the color of the truck that you don't get to see.
Actually take...
This is godlike. Not even fucking mobile games are this audacious, this shameless. And they're just straight up telling you that they're scamming you. They're not even hiding it.
It's the soul away from a content creator.
Oh, he's talking about having soul. That's amazing. While this whole segment is what he can do that he doesn't necessarily feel like doing that's going to make him the most money.
That's why I'm so passionate. That's why you see me actually bothered by this, okay? Another creator would be like, oh, fuck it, just drop the game. Don't give a shit about it, right? We'll just go on to whatever's going to print me more money today. On to the next sponsored stream.
Oh, is he doing wait, what? He begged people to pay him $20 to name animals in Minecraft. Wow. Because last time it was, oh my God, last time he was making like, people gave him money telling him what kind of a statue to make, and he was making like little shitty ass statues in Minecraft.
On to the next paid thing. On to the next, oh man, my playthrough didn't do well yesterday. Let's do a big drama video today.
This is literally DSP, the projection sound.
He's gay! He's gay! He's gay! He's gay!
I told you this is what I'm going to play when he's projecting. This is literally DSP. It runs his channel like it's a conveyor belt. Let's do this thing, do this thing, do this thing, have a marathon. I'm going to do this and this and this, purely mechanically. Let's move on. We're playing this game now, purely mechanically. Oh, you guys don't like it? Playing a different game, purely mechanically.
Let's rip someone apart. Let's do some kind of big expose.
Same thing that he was doing, and he completely miserably failed at. He was so bad at doing this that he needed other people's help to do it, and then he failed, and then they betrayed him. So this is how great he is at what he's criticizing right now.
Let's just who cares who I hurt? As long as I print money today, that's all I care about. That's not me. And that's never going to be me.
That was you like 2 months ago. And then you decided that it wasn't you because you were forced to not be you.
I'm not that kind of person. So it's literally...
I'm not the same guy I was 5 minutes ago.
Literally the opposite of what you're saying. The reason that it comes across the way that you're saying is because I have a peanut gallery of toxic losers.
He has a penis gallery, you fucking idiots. It's not even a sandwich shop anymore. It's a penis gallery.
Who
got a bunch of pictures of dicks.
In it that way because they're very jealous of me and they don't like me and they don't want me to succeed, so they have to push it as a negative narrative.
But that's the thing, Phil. That's the thing. This is where you're trapped, because I agree with those people for the most part. I think they're saying correct things and they're making rightful criticisms. In some instances, they over-exaggerate things to make it more sensational, but at the end of the day, they are overwhelmingly more than you are. So they get to define what actually is happening on your streams for a broader audience and for the casual viewer. So you lost, Phil. I guess at this point, they can pretty much make up anything and have the majority of people believe it.
I could easily have done all those other things to be above the level of, oh, gotta worry if a playthrough does well. I could have done all of them, and I would have lost my soul along the way. I wouldn't have had the passion. I wouldn't have had the ingenuity. I wouldn't have had the honesty that I have in my content. I would have had to kiss butt. Yeah, I mean, listen. Right now, because Zangief just said this over in the Kick Chat. He's talking about the FGC stuff, right? Why is Darkside Phil the only person who has issue with rollback netcode?
I'm going to tell you. Listen close.
He's gay!
There you go. That's my insightful opinion.
I'm not. I'm just the only person who has...
Oh yeah, we have this. We have the only person argument. Because this is the argument where you make a conspiracy that your opinion isn't trash. You're not a fucking idiot. You're not an untrustworthy person. Actually, there's a conspiracy around you that is created to suppress what you want to say. Because that's a super brave thing to say. And no one else has the audacity to do it but you. And you expressed that opinion and they exiled you and they blackballed you from the industry. That's what people say when they have a shitty fucking take and they're coping.
An audience who actually complains about the rollback netcode. I'm the only person who, like, now it's not an overly positive audience, but I still have an echo chamber. So when I say rollback netcode sucks and the canon...
He has an... What? He has an echo chamber?
It's literally ruined the capacity for online play for fighting games because people are too ignorant to know rollback sucks. When I say that, it resonates with a huge group of people, but they're not the people who are in positions of power in the FGC. Get it? They're not. The people who are in the positions of power can't say rollback sucks because that means all the content they make is null and void and worthless.
Oh, yes. Is the money. They don't speak out because of money. Because if they speak out, they're going to get cucked. This is such a groundbreaking take that he has an opinion that a certain netcode of a video game, that's going to break the internet.
So they'll never admit it.
They'll never admit it.
Well,
just like me. I actually think Phil is right about everything. But in reality, I am grifting and pretending that he isn't right just so I can make money off of you, the sheep. This is what's going on here. It can be possible that he's wrong and his opinions are dog shit and nobody respects him because he didn't build himself as a credible source. He didn't build himself as somebody that people would look up to and respect his opinion. He's not a Maximilian dude. He's a fucking retarded dude. He's a fucking bum. He's a guy that was lying for like 10 years about playing a mobile game. He's a proven, verified, de facto liar. Who's gonna fucking trust him? Who's gonna look up to him for an opinion? Get the fuck out of here.
I can tell you right now, there are people in the FGC who hate rollback just as much as me.
Cool.
They just don't have that soapbox to stand on for people who listen to them.
But you don't either. Nobody listens to you, like, unironically.
Let me tell you something. If you're playing a fighting game and you kick someone and it says KO, and then the round continues. So you hit them with a fireball and the game says KO, but the round continues. So then you hit them with an uppercut.
Also, DSP, when he gives an example of something like this happening, you just can't trust him. Because you watch the gameplay and it's something completely different.
And finally they die on the third hit.
So yeah, his anecdotes are complete bullshit. It just doesn't, like, no.
That game.
Because I have watched this shit time and time again, where he describes something, and it's like he is the most convinced person ever in history that this thing is the way he describes it. And then I go watch it, and it has nothing to do with that. It's completely different. You can see this in his Call of Duty gameplay the most. When he doesn't see an enemy, and an enemy sneaks up right behind him.
Phil is the voice for the voiceless, the downtrodden dented of society.
In a way, he kind of is. Because, well, let's be honest, he started YouTube, and I completely dropped the previous topic and got derailed, but you can kind of connect the dots on what I was saying. Anyways, he started YouTube as the average gaming loser. The jobless guy that would sit around and fucking eat burgers all day and get drunk all night and play video games and yell at them and be racist. He was the average bum. And then he attracted an audience of average bums. So he became the face of the average bums. But then, at one point, he decided to grow up, much like iDubbbz, and mature. And then he claimed to still be the average bum, but also a mature adult, highly educated, very intelligent, very like high quality standards of gameplay and content, which is in direct contradiction with the way that he became popular by being a bum. And now he is like somewhere in between. He's like a guy who pretends to be super successful and awesome and flashy, and also a homeless person with a house.
Game is a piece of shit, and the net code is completely worthless.
And also, Phil, this is a great example of why nobody respects your opinion. You express it in a way that is toxic and abrasive. And even if you are factually correct, like to the dot, factually correct, people would want to go against you because you're so fucking annoying at having an opinion.
There is not a single person in the fighting game community who will ever dispute that behind closed doors, but publicly they will. But behind closed doors, they will all say, that is awful. They would all watch my match from the other day where I had to kill the person 3 fucking times to win the round and say, that's some of the worst I've ever seen in my life. Wow, that's just embarrassing. But they'll never say that publicly. Because I am not a sellout or a shill, I am able to be honest with you. You get it? That's why I stand apart. Why do you think I'm still here after 15 plus years while others have faded out into obscurity? Why do you think? Because I'm different. Because I have not fell in line with all the other crap. I refuse to.
The actual reasons are different, by the way. Actual reasons are emotional manipulation, delusion, and stubbornness, I guess. Emotional manipulation because every time he needs money, he begs for it in very exploitative and transparently abusive ways. Delusion is because, as I usually say, if you're delusional enough on the internet and keep repeating the same thing about yourself, eventually some people are going to start believing it. And then you have a group of people who believe your delusional beliefs and mindset. And then the last thing I already forgot about. Oh yeah, it's stubbornness. Well, he's stubborn as fuck. And he doesn't want to go get a job. And this is, this is it.
Baller alert.
One bad connection and rollback is the worst ever.
Yeah, as usual. I mean, I don't know how good rollback is. I wish I could have an opinion on it so I can say that he's wrong or he's right and then get people shit on me. But I don't really care. And I would take his opinion as invalid just because he's expressing it in such a fucking annoying way. It makes me care less. And makes me want to disagree with him more.
Anyway. All right, so again, what we really need to figure out here is what do I do about these lengthy playthroughs? First of all, today we're playing Blueprints. We're going to make great progress again, I feel like. Every time we've played Blueprints, we're finding a sanctum key. We're solving one of the big mysteries of the game, right? At this point, what we have to focus in on is basically...
Yeah, this is getting brutally skipped. Violently skipped.
Out, right? I don't know. By the way, I'm getting support. This is funny. I'm getting support, and Zangief goes, just for the record, I want you to know this is not for Blueprints. This is because I like your podcast. Fair enough. Understand that's why I do the podcast. There are people who literally...
Bernal has links in his podcast video descriptions for products face with raised eyebrow.
Do we actually? Big ups Leozard M for the 5. But here, I don't see them. But I am pretty sure he had some. I just don't know where. Maybe it's on the video descriptions. Because I remember he had a Throne account at one point, which was effectively people buy you stuff. You have like a wish list for things that people should buy you. He had Amazon affiliate links very recently, I think. Let's check this gaming video. No, there's no plugs here. Had an Amazon affiliate link, had what else? Had something else as well.
What is up, Eric?
Major stream.
Very special video.
The daily wrap. Maybe he does. Okay. Let me see this. What is that called? Major stream. Tanked daily wrap 27th of May. So this should be here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Well, let's see if he does. No, I don't see it here. Oh, yeah, okay. But there is this comment, which is still a good comment. No offense, Phil, but you're playing Claire Obscura on normal mode. The parry windows are much bigger on that difficulty. The areas you have done aren't hard. They just take longer when you're on level to choose to do them. In the end, you're just making it take longer. I beat Act 2 with my characters at levels 40, 44, 44 on Expert. So yes, you are very over-leveled. You may as well just steamroll through at this point. you have removed any challenge from the rest of the game. And this has 27 likes. And of course it does because it's a comment disputing him on his own video. I don't see the plugs here, dude. But I'm pretty sure they exist at one point. All right. Maybe I do have ad block. Yeah, maybe it's the ad block that removes it.
Come by just for the podcast. I think some days it makes sense to do the podcast and some days it doesn't. It makes no sense to do a podcast on Friday morning when everyone's going to want to see Night Rain.
Wait, LOL at the second comment? What's the second comment? Your undershirt sleeves are longer than the sleeves of your top shirt. It's extremely distracting. Please correct your wardrobe. I mean, it is weird. It makes his body seem tinier and like more narrow and weird. But at the same time, it accentuates the size of his head and the onion shape of his head. It's amazing, actually. It's astounding.
So we'll skip the podcast then. But there's other days when the podcast makes sense. Today was a very important day to do this podcast to figure out
very important day.
These lengthy games.
But what did he figure out though? What happened? What was the outcome?
Okay.
So much talking and so much nothing being said.
So let's do some shout outs here. Ian S., who, by the way, Ian S. has been an absolute champion for Blueprints. I want to make this clear. Ian has been here for almost every single Blueprint stream and has tried to support them when he could. And I really appreciate that, Ian. You're awesome. You're the person who gave me the amazing feedback and was like, dude, you totally got to do this as a day stream because there are people who like the game who can't be there for night streams.
But this, like, he's talking about himself, though. He's talking about himself. So he gave him advice that, Phil, if you play this during the day, I can watch it and I can give you money. What great advice. What great feedback. And more dead air. What a great podcast.
20-pound super chat, which is the equivalent of $26.93.
And now we gotta
let's get that on the leaderboard.
Type it out on the leaderboard. It's ridiculous.
I'm torn because I love Blueprint streams and I want to see these last few puzzles solved and get the story finished.
Solved.
I understand why people are getting bored of it.
Okay, fuck the blueprints. Let's go watch some Rage. I think the other clip of the other crash out was on SNORTWAVE, I think. So this was 29th of May, and this was uploaded on the 30th of May. Let's see if this one is. I think it might be this. Because in this one, he talks about people stealing his content and that he's going to sue them if he was rich, but he's not, so he won't.
No podcast tomorrow. That means that we need to finish up.
Wait, he's wearing a different shirt, right? Okay, that's how I know it's a different video. This is the right one.
All of our discussions today. And we have one big discussion that's going on this week regarding the lengthy playthroughs that I've been doing.
Bro, no, I'll kill you. It's the same topic in another hour-long video? Bruh. Okay.
On my YouTube video yesterday of this.
We're still gonna talk about the same shit.
Joe actually left some interesting stats that I didn't even realize, okay? So just listen to this. What were my 4 longest playthroughs in the last year?
Oh no, now we got the statistics. This is gonna turn into DSPN.
Number 1.
With Stephen A. Sniff.
Where he's like, well, this guy, actually, I think Claire Obscura is gonna make it into the All-Star game this season. Let me tell you why.
By far, Fallout 4, the next-gen run, which is when I played Fallout 4 last year when they had patched the game to have next-gen graphics and upgrades. That one was 64 parts. It ended up being 63 hours and 32 minutes long, and it lasted 96 days, meaning it took me over 3 months to get through the base game and the DLCs that we played during that.
Wait, is Stephen A. actually running for president? We need to derail this stream. I need to find this out. Hold on. Stephen A. Smith, president. He has no choice? I'm pretty sure you have a choice, pal. I'm pretty sure you have a choice. Stephen A. Smith says he has no choice but to consider a run for president. We need to fix this country right now. Let me tell you why.
And I'm not going to call him names and all of this stuff like stupid folks on the left doing, engaging in incendiary rhetoric.
You put Stephen A. Smith in a self-defense situation, and now he has to run for president. This is your fault, Americans. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this guy in office. Get him out of here. He's not even good at fucking talking about basketball.
Okay, what's my second longest playthrough? Well,
you left him with no choice.
Playthrough.
You forced his hand. This is like DSP being, fuck it, I'm gonna be president. Hold my gin.
Completed, it's actually Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which lasted 46 hours and 29 minutes over the course of 31 parts, posted across 55 days. So that means it took almost 2 months to complete Pirate Yakuza.
Yeah, thanks for the stats, Phil.
I was actually underestimating how long these playthroughs are. Are you ready for this? Blueprints, I've currently been playing for 48 days. So over a month and a half, we've been playing Blueprints. During that time period, I've made 29 parts. But the thing is, my video parts are longer now. What I usually do is I do one part, take a break, and then do a second part. But those parts are over an hour long. They used to always be 1 hour long. Now they're like an hour and a half long. So just listen to this. We've done 29 parts of Blueprints, but I have played 47 hours.
Whoa.
58 minutes of Blueprints.
Okay. What's the takeaway from this? That you played it a long time?
8 hours of gameplay of Blueprints already in 29 parts. It didn't seem like that, did it? But it actually is.
I don't care.
I played more Blueprints.
Okay, this is getting skipped. Nah, this is, come on.
It seems like I'm only putting out 2 hours, but I'm actually putting
No.
games, more difficulty-based games, and newer AAA playthroughs do see a spike in viewership. So I am very different than most other creators.
I know. This is why I'm here.
Well, I don't get it, because other creators can do this and be successful. I say, yeah, but I'm not other creators.
Yeah, but I'm fucking worse. Yeah, I'm not like other girls. I'm fucking trash, and I'm a middle-aged man. So treat me differently the way that I demand to be treated, or suffer my curse.
Most other creators started way after me, okay?
I'm not like other creators. My hairline is fucked up, and my head is in weird shape.
Records of other people they could follow. They had outlines and blueprints and experience and things, and they did things away that already worked. That doesn't work for me. Things that work for other people will never work for me, because number one,
because you're trash.
Clipped person on the internet.
The most clipped person.
When it comes to, oh, let's take every single thing Phil does and turn it into a negative thing out of context, okay? My actual uncut gameplay, on average, probably does anywhere from 300 to 500 views a video, these days. If it's a good big playthrough, I could get 1,000 views a video. But the clips channels that take everything out of context and literally spin it negatively to lie and slander.
Okay. If they take everything out of context, why is this video an hour long? Because, and I've said this a million times, it is in their best interest to put as much context as possible. If DSP segment was 4 hours, they would upload 4 fucking hours. Because watch time matters. And having people watch Snort Hogan instead of DSP Gaming actually makes a difference. So what advantage do they get by clipping out the context? Because the context, in some ways, makes it worse. Because if you watched his rant about telling somebody to eat shit out of his ass, and you didn't know that it was about someone telling him that his life is not like the life of a video game character, it would be a lot less funny.
Me get tens of thousands of views a video. So every day when I'm streaming and uploading, I'm literally competing with people who steal my content live and upload it before me. So
they produce for a different market. They make stuff for a different market. You don't have a chance, like even if they didn't exist.
Who want to see Darkside Phil see it from someone else.
And there's no like reasonable way of thinking and imagining they don't exist. Literally. There's no way, the way the internet works. Even if he copyright strikes everybody on YouTube, they're going to restream him on Twitch. He's going to take him down there. They're going to make a bunch of automated accounts that when you take down one of them, you're going to get another. Then you're going to get a whole fucking site that's called like restream.dsp.com. And there's going to be a 24-hour stream of DSP just to make him seethe more. And he would never win. You can't win like this.
There's no way for me to stop this process besides becoming incredibly wealthy so I can hire a team of lawyers to sue those people into oblivion. Well, guess what? I'm not going to become incredibly wealthy, and I'm not going to be able to do that. So instead of saying, oh, Phil should just do what everyone else does, I think it's time for people to wake up and be realistic. I can't, because I'm not everyone else. I'm not in the situation of everyone else. It's complete mass theft.
Is he saying he's handicapped? He is handicapped compared to all the other streamers. So he needs like streamer accessibility, where you treat him nicely than everybody else, and you make him succeed easier because you need to consider his handicap, which is him being trash and people making fun of him because he's trash. That's great handicap.
Complete mass crimes being committed every day, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Mass crimes. Wow.
If those channels were not allowed to exist, I would be getting all of that viewership.
No. Like I said, people are petty. They would do anything. They would go to a restream on Kiwi Farms, and they would watch it there.
Positive viewership, but I would still be getting those views. I would get more exposure in a more fair way. So it doesn't matter what everyone else does. They literally don't have an army, a community of business trolls who
business trolls
make money off of it every day. So when I hear things like, oh, well, so-and-so can just play a game nonstop and not quit it for 2 weeks, why does it work for them and not for you? Because I'm Darkside Phil, one of the most fucked with people on the internet.
For a good reason, by the way. You just kind of have that energy that makes people fuck with you. You have that vibe. You have that fuckable appearance. You have that fuckable behavior. And people are like, okay, hold my beer. I'm gonna, I don't know, fucking shit on him.
And until you realize that, nothing you say has any validity. Period. Okay? So, basically, what I'm seeing is a couple of different schools of thought. Some people are saying, dude, just skip all lengthy games, all right? Now, listen, I could do that. I could become a guy that sadly just doesn't play any more RPGs. Because RPGs are lengthy. I'll never get through one. I'll never play a visual novel. I'll never play any game that's like longer than 20 hours. Because anything that's longer than 20 hours is going to take me over a month to beat. Get it? Doom was the exception, because with Doom the Dark Ages, I literally made my schedule play it every day so we could beat it just a little over a week. And that one I think did fine for what it was, but you notice that when I played Doom, I wasn't playing a lot of any of the other games that I was playing. You know, clear.
Okay, this is getting skipped. We get video game schizophrenia again. What did he laugh at? Someone said something crazy.
Try to focus on the story, and that's a big departure. That's a big departure for me. Because remember, I used to do that ages ago when I was a YouTuber that was just on demand, okay? Sadly, what was I going to say? Sadly, with that, I got distracted by someone in the chat. I'm sorry. What was I saying? I got distracted by you guys in chat, and I lost my train of thought completely. I got to get back on track. What was I saying?
All right. I thought something interesting happened, and it's just him fucking gin braining. I can't.
The camera for 8 hours.
I can't. This has been 10 minutes so far of this clip. Absolute dog shit sewer. I actually am on the side of cutting that context out. You should have cut all this out. Besides the small little part where he complains about people clipping him.
Well, that's interesting. Okay.
There should be a channel that clips him out of context on purpose, just so he can be mad.
Thank you. So, what I could do is go back to who I was as an old YouTuber. Who was I as an old YouTuber? Well, before I even live streamed,
it's always, bro. This guy changing is always him going back and forth. I'm gonna change now and be a mature guy and not calling people retards. Next year, everyone that doesn't like me is a fucking retard. Then next year, I'm gonna go change again and grow up and become a mature adult. Then next year, everybody who hates me is a fucking retard. It's so great. It's just the pendulum of Darkside Phil, and it never goes anywhere. It's just left and right. Sway. That's why we call him Sway, and that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about!
On-demand videos, and here was my objective. Buy a game, play it as quickly as humanly possible. Doesn't matter how much content I cover.
The first I've changed was November 2013. God damn, Steve. Thank you for that. Thank you. That puts things in perspective. How many changes have we had since then? 2014, he became a live streamer type thing. 2015, he was broke. He changed again. And blah, 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 blah. Infinite.
Trying to do is beat the game as quickly as I can. And once it's done, review it, package it up, return it to GameStop to get my money back. Not really return. What it was the trade-in system back then. If you traded in multiple games quickly, you got like a giant boost, okay? And then on to the next game. Back in the day, I was known as the gaming YouTuber who went through games so quickly that within 1 or 2 days of release, you could watch my whole playthrough, enjoy the game, know if you liked it or not, and buy it for yourself if you liked it, or skip it if you didn't. I was used as the guideline of should you buy a game or not. That was the purpose of DSP Gaming back in the day.
And now he's used as a guideline of should I put yellow paint on this brick or should I not?
But over time, that changed. People told me they didn't want that anymore. That making playthroughs that are rushed and only focusing on story, sadly, skips most of the meaningful content of the game. How can you truly judge a game if it's good or not if you skipped all the side missions and all the challenging content and only streamlined the story? So people told me, Phil, you're a dinosaur. Phil, your model's outdated. You need to change and update with the times. Everyone today is becoming interactive. Everyone does the side content, talks with their audience. You got to change. So I did.
He does the eye contact? What? I think... Personally, I think streamers doing eye contact with the camera constantly is weird. I would prefer them to look somewhere camera adjacent, but not directly in the camera like DSP. Especially if you have the weird, freaky psychopath eyes like DSP, the Sanpaku eyes. You know that? This shit. If you got the weird, I don't even know what these are, like the weird psychopath gimmick eyes that people are hyping up. The trendy eyes. Then don't make eye contact with me. I don't want to look at you.
The last 10 years,
it's creepy.
I completely changed my model to now be interactive, side content, shout outs, talking, everything like that. And now the games take a hell of a lot longer to beat. Now everyone says you take too long. Your playthroughs are boring because you're doing too much side content. You're over leveled for the main story. So the truth is, the feedback I've gotten led me to where I am today. And
it's your fault. The truth is, it's your fault that I'm suffering and I'm failing.
No one likes where I am today. I could have stayed who I was.
The customer is always an idiot.
And then I would have been told, you're a dinosaur, you didn't roll with the times and change. And then if I change, you're also wrong. So that's the difference between Darkside Phil, DSP Gaming, and other content creators. Right now, if I listened to the feedback, oh, you should just play the same game nonstop and beat it within a week, I would get nonstop feedback. What are you doing? This game sucks. This game's boring. You're killing your business. You're killing your streams. We're not going to come by till you're done with this game. So for 2 weeks, I'd see no one on stream and everyone would bitch. I'm not dumb. I know that no matter what
he is dumb.
I'm not good enough for the peanut gallery on the internet because I've been doing this.
What is this fucking peanut gallery bullshit that he came up with? Is this the word of the week? Peanut gallery. Hey, what's up, everybody coming over from the Atlas the Bookkeeper stream? Shout out to Atlas the Bookkeeper. We're watching Phil doing mental gymnastics about why he is failing, and he is also talking about peanuts for some reason. The peanut gallery refers to a group of people, often in a theater or public forum, who offer unwanted or unhelpful opinion or criticism. Come on, dude, but you're asking for it. You're asking for the feedback. And then you're like, well, I don't want it, and it's fucking stupid. And you guys should be quiet. But how do we know if somebody has a good idea or good feedback if they don't express it? If everything sucks? God damn it.
For 17 years, I've changed tons of times, and it's still never good enough. So that's why, again, I don't listen. I'm like, I'm not going to listen to this bullshit of people demanding things that I know won't work because I've already changed, right? So, here's the truth, is I don't think that there is a simple solution to anything, but when it comes to particular playthroughs, we may have to make decisions. For example, as of today, I'm making the decision, we're going to try to get through the story of Claire Obscure, all right? At this point,
yes, this wasn't even that deep. It wasn't that hard of a decision. Oh, people aren't fucking around and watching this 150-hour playthrough. I'm just gonna rush the game until it's over so I can play the other thing. Did we need like 4 hours of conversation, quote-unquote conversation, to reach this conclusion?
Though it's going to be insanely tempting to do the side content. Because we've passed by a lot of it, we see it, we're like, man, I wish I could do it. You know it's going to unlock. I think we're just going to have to focus on the story. Let's get to nearly the end. And then before we beat the game, decide do we want to go back and do it or not, depending on how many people are showing up, how many people are engaging, and how many people are supporting. If sadly, we get to this end of the game and no one cares, then I guess we're done with the game. And that sucks because I want to keep playing. I want you guys to understand I love this game and I want to get as much out of it as I can because I'm having such a good time. But that doesn't necessarily translate into what viewers want and what's good for business. And this is a problem. People say things like, Phil, you should just do what you want to do. You should just do what you enjoy and do what you love, and that passion will come through and you'll be successful. That's not always the case. Not always. People say to me these days, why do you keep playing Yakuza games? Don't you know they don't do well? Well, because I like them. So I still play them. Oh, well, that's a horrible decision. Then on the flip side, I get yelled at. Why aren't you playing things you like? Like, wait, what? So that's what I mean.
He gets yelled at, you guys. Have some sympathy. He's getting assaulted.
Into is one of, no matter what I do, I'm wrong. The internet has actually been programmed to believe that. Right now, the internet actually thinks I'm terrible at fighting games. I was terrible at doing.
No, I think it's the opposite. I think the internet sees him for the scamming, gimmicky, fucking talentless bum he is, and he's trying to program people that he's exactly the opposite. And he's trying to brute force this programming, and it only works on a subset of people who are very susceptible to this kind of programming, hint, hint, dents. So this is where we are.
I'm terrible at every FromSoft game. I'm terrible at everything I do because that's what they're told through illegal clips channels. And that's all that they see because that's what YouTube pushes to the forefront of the algorithm. So when you say, do what this other successful person does, do what this person does, doesn't work for me. I could literally emulate the most popular streamers on the planet. No one would give a shit because I'm Darkside Phil and I'm not in that position. I can't copy anyone else. I'm a unique dude. That's why I've been here.
The unique dude.
And I'm still successful, but it also means I can't follow the trends and I can't do what everyone else does. It doesn't work for me. Okay?
So what is what do we do? So he is different. The average tactics don't work for him because he's different. So what do we do? Begging. Begging is what we do. I guess that's the bottom line, is let's just ask for money.
Okay. I appreciate you saying that, Gars, because some people sometimes are very nice. Like Gars.
What did he say? He made a compliment and he said, Phil, nothing is your fault. You're perfect and beautiful, and not everybody is going to see the beauty that you are, but I do. Here is $50.
You are still decent at Street Fighter 6. And other people are like, well, no, you're not that bad at this. No, I know, but that's the point I'm making. No one believes it, though. Like,
no, I've always said that he's decent at the Street Fighter fighting games.
Everyone knows if you actually watch me play fighting games, I'm pretty good at fighting games, right? Everyone can agree there. If you've watched me play fighting games.
Yeah, you played them for most of your life. I expect you to be good. You're Mr. Professional, Mr. Fourth in the universe.
Instead of just watching the clips channels, you know Phil's actually pretty good at fighters, has insight into them, has good knowledge of them, and should be listened to when it comes to fighters because he knows what he's talking about.
But not when other people in the FGC who are more successful and more good at the game than Phil, and when they start calling him out for being full of shit, then I lose trust in him as a source of information for fighting games. Because you have a couple of videos. I forgot what the guy was. I'm pretty sure chat remembers, or at least the people who care about fighting games. Diaphone, who made a video like coaching DSP and giving him advice. And it made DSP seem like not that very knowledgeable about the game.
But most people don't know that because they don't watch my content. Get it? They watch other people's clips channels. So there you go. Same thing with Doom. I was not bad at Doom the Dark Ages. I wasn't great, but I wasn't terrible at all. Watch the playthrough. Very few times did I even have difficulty. Maybe 2 challenge rooms really pissed me off. Outside of that, I cruised through the game on the harder difficulty. Wasn't a problem. Anyway, so.
Shout out to Ahmed Dugan references in the chat. There we go. He's knowledgeable. Where is Meth Bear when you need him? He was going to join in that conversation.
Today, starting today on this stream, we are going to just go through story content. I'm actually leaving wherever I am because I know I was in the middle. I think we just finished a side content.
I'm a big fan of DPS.
We're leaving.
It's a reference that like one person will understand, I guarantee.
And we're heading straight to...
Shout out to DPS.
There's 2 story parts to do that are available. You pick. I'll just pick one. We'll do it. We'll pick the other. We'll do it. And I believe that when you beat both of those, you actually end Act 2. Then we'll be in Act 3. We'll continue the story. We'll keep going until we get to the point of no return. And when we hit that point, then we'll decide, how is the playthrough done? Has things gone well? Are people showing up, engaging, and supporting, right? And then if they are, well, then we'll spend more time and we'll go back and we'll do all the side content that unlocked that's challenging and fun to do. But if the playthrough's dead, then it's dead. And we just finished the story and we're done. We've already played 47 hours of Clair Obscur in a month. I've loved every moment. It's definitely going to be one of my Game of the Year contenders.
Okay. Yeah.
Who cares about difficulty I play a game at?
Okay. Here. Oh, he's gonna start seething. It's so good. Hold on.
At my own pace and enjoy
This
it.
is gonna be insane. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm just hyping it up too much.
And then you have people who say, oh, well, it's because of this. You should have played it at a harder difficulty. You should have done this. You should have done that.
But who said this now? Who triggered you? Where did they touch you? Why did you start talking about this? This makes you look bad. It makes you look like you're seething. Like you're upset at people. Like they hurt your feelings. Because they criticize that you're playing a game on a normal difficulty.
Please bite me. There's always an excuse why DSP isn't good enough. It doesn't matter what difficulty I play a game at. Look what
DSP is never good enough because he's just not good. He's not good to begin with, so he can't be good enough.
What happened with Doom. I played it on the harder difficulty. Phil, you still suck. So fuck off. No one cares. Really. No one cares about every little silly, stupid gripe you have about Darkside Phil.
But clearly, not only do people care, but you care. And that's what makes them care. And it's the self-fulfilling prophecy.
You all don't matter.
They don't matter, even though he's talking about you right now out of nowhere. So obviously you matter.
What matters is those who actually show up and engage and support with my raw content here on the channel. Not the clips, not the consensus of me on the internet. All of that is white noise that doesn't matter.
But it's not. You're just talking about it right now. And these whole 18 minutes, you have been talking about it and how much it affects you and how much it bothers you and how much those people that don't like you should clip you more. So you can be seething more, so they can clip you more, so you can seethe more, so they can clip you more.
That's what a lot of people don't seem to understand. It doesn't
I don't think you understand it.
matter about anything outside of what's broadcast or uploaded to this channel.
Yeah, it does though, because this literally what like actually gaslighting seems like. It's like the reality is only what I tell you. This manipulation. No, the right thing to do is to tell people, go out there and make your opinion about me. Make an educated opinion about me. Watch the Snort Hogan clips, watch the June the King documentary, watch my videos too to see who I am. Make your own opinion. Just trust people to make their own opinion. Just like, for example, let's speak in video game terms. From Software, trust the gamer to be smart enough to explore the map and find all the little secrets that they've hidden and all the big areas that have been hidden behind some weird ladder or an invisible wall. The same thing with DSP. Trust the viewer to make his own opinion on you. Don't be so scared. Don't try and manipulate them into only watching you and gaslighting them and trying to convince them that everybody else is against them when it's really you that are trying to manipulate them into acting and believing certain things.
None of it matters to me. It doesn't affect me in the least, positively or negatively. I just need to find enough people to come for the core content to watch and engage and support it. And then I'm good, right? And that's why a lot of these streams are doing well. And I'm happy for that. But it does upset me when I'm genuinely enjoying a game and having a great time with it, and it's not resonating with the audience for some reason, okay? And that's what's happening right now with Claire Obscure. When we played it 2 days ago, everyone quit the stream. We had less than 150 viewers on YouTube, and I only made $37 of support for over 4-hour gameplay segment.
But that means the stream was bad. Because, right, people pay you for a good stream. And if you have a good stream, then they give you a lot of money. And then you're like, whoa, you guys, thanks for enjoying this stream. I'm going to hit this goal.
That's terrible. Okay?
That's terrible.
That's terrible. That's one of the worst streams I've ever done. And it really sucks. And there's nothing I can do about that. I can't make people enjoy the game as much as I am. So all I can do now is say, all right.
And of course, this guy probably got banned in his chat. But he says, aren't you yourself the product? Anyone can play a video game and stream it. Maybe take some improv classes or look at some more of the popular personalities and see what works there. There we go. But he just said that none of that works on him because he is Phil. And he's different in very specific and weird ways that make him worse than everybody else and a lot more limited than everybody else. So he's trying to say that he's worse.
Fine. We're just going to streamline it. We're just going to go through the story and we'll see what happens and go from there. Now, I want to make this abundantly clear. If people show up, engage, and support for Claire Obscure in the story we're about to do, and they support it, I will play it longer. I will do the side content, which I want to do. I want to be challenged. I want to have to parry. I want to have to do all this stuff and not just steamroll through a game. But I got to have people buy into it. I can't just be doing it for my...
He's 43 and malls cause people say he's bad at games.
But this is like, why can't he just be internally mad and like have this bottle up inside of him and be fucking mad like a real man? and not show anybody how salty and bitter he is and how much it hurts his feelings when somebody in the comments says on purpose that he is bad at Street Fighter. It's just so fucking funny. It always makes people just do it more. They really should. Big ups Flowchart Cammy for $2, dude.
Myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's see how it goes starting today. How will this stream go? We're about to find out. Okay? Shout out to Soul Potato 07, who's been a member for 24 months. He says, how are you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just hold it in and then just one day go postal, like a real man would. Like that guy in the movie, falling down. It's like DSP, dude. Because he's fallen a long time ago. He can't get up. Is this guy. Just replace DSP with him, and that's your boy. The adventures of an ordinary man at war with the everyday world. It's Mr. Burnell. With the nice collar and the nice tucked in shirt with the short sleeves and the briefcase in which he has, of course, you got to have the controller, the capture card. Obviously.
Really good. I'm actually in a pretty good mood. I'm excited because I get to play Clair Obscure. We're going to try Night Rain tonight. The next few weeks are going to be insane. We've got the launch of the Switch 2. Updates in Street Fighter 6, Summer Game Fest, Xbox Gaming Showcase. Other things are rumored to happen right around there. So you're going to have shadow drops and special games being released. Then we've got Mind's Eye, Death Stranding 2. Like, June is insane. June will be absolutely...
Yeah, shout out to June the King.
So I am 100% excited. All right? Okay. Someone tipped $2. He says, please get over your fear of emulation. It's very easy to do.
Like fear of emulation.
Respect it.
Oh, is he gonna say that people are gonna report him to the police if he downloads ROMs? I want him to say that so much.
It'll get more views. Look at the YouTuber, the professional. First of all, no matter what I play, it's not gonna equate to more views like you think. Again, I'm a unique situation. You gotta
unique situation. Yeah. So what are we even doing? Just say you're a charity case and just demand people to give you money to exist. Stop playing video games. Stop talking to the camera. Just set up a Patreon and have a stream running 24/7 with just black screen, white text with a link to the Patreon. That's it. And underneath you can say, if you like me being alive, please consider tipping.
It's not that I'm afraid of emulation. Let's be honest. I think some people have this misconception that Phil's afraid.
He's afraid.
And it's not going to work. It's going to crash. All right. There's two factors involved. Factor number one. I'm the kind of guy that likes to lay out a schedule and say, I'm doing this then, this then, this then, this then, adhere to that schedule so everyone knows what's going to happen, and then be there for it and do that content, okay? With emulation, I don't know if it's going to work consistently all the time, and sadly, I don't have time to troubleshoot and mess around with tech. I just don't. Look at how long it took for me to smooth out my setup when I upgraded in January. Why do you think I was so apprehensive about migrating from my old 10-year PC to the new one? It took like 3-4 months to work all the bugs out of the setup, so now we can consistently stream every day without something turning off.
Really?
On today's episode of the Dented Short Bus, begging, board meeting, game complaining, and autism. Plus special wheelchair Jade might show up.
Oh, so it's just another episode. It's just a filler episode. We don't have Crash Out. We don't have... what? Showing off his wife? Maybe that would be interesting. We don't have drama. Oh, we have the regular shit. I hate this. Big ups Jordan Fadeaway for the TV program.
No brains to deal with tech. Time doesn't matter.
That is true. And I would also say I think the emulation scene is big enough for things to be pretty simple. Because once I tried to download, what was it, Breath of the Wild and emulate it, and I was able to do that pretty quickly with a very small amount of steps. So I think if he actually bothered to try, it would be pretty easy. And he has the tech to pull it off. He just doesn't want to.
It'll happen sometimes.
He just thinks it's not worth the effort. Because then he's going to play, what, I don't know, Banjo-Kazooie on the PlayStation 0, and 3 people are going to watch him.
So now imagine...
And then he's going to stop halfway through to make, like, shout-outs and do Q&A.
I'm trying to get into emulation, and emulation is definitely something that's finicky, that you need to tweak per each game and each situation. It's not, oh, here's just an emulator and here's a ROM. Load it in, play.
Yeah, kind of. It kind of is. It kind of is. You need like a 10-minute long YouTube video to figure it out. Okay, let's try this. Let's watch not watch, but let's see the top YouTube videos about emulating ROMs. Emulating ROMs. or I guess if that's called. How to find retro game ROMs. Here we have a guy who's telling you how to find them. Probably some pirate site. Emulators, where to find them. The easiest emulation setup on Windows. 31 minutes. Which I guess I've watched at some point, and I've clicked on it, which I don't even remember. And it also has timestamps. So you can figure this out in like 20, 30, at most 40 minutes, and then move on. But no, because he is different from everybody else, as we already discovered. By different, I mean worse, and less capable, and more limited.
For some games it is, yeah, SNES. But for anything past that, there's a lot of things you got to work on. All right? That's number one. I'm not saying it's not viable or it's not feasible.
Baller alert.
I'm saying...
DSP is every human flower poured into one clown shoe.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I like talking about this a lot. I like talking about all the different human flaws and human traits that are bad and abrasive put into one person and matched with a bunch of other shit that is fucking weird and strange. It's very interesting.
Man, it would be tougher because it would mean...
Big ups, Jutter Cuts. Jutter Cuts for the £2.
Every time I go to do emulation, you may have, well, guys, I wanted to play this game today, but it ain't working. Now we got to mess with this for an hour on stream before we can even play, right? That's number one. Number two, this is the other factor. Emulation isn't legal unless you already own the game or the rights to the game, etc., right?
So what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Is Nintendo going to send them a cease and desist?
So let's say, for example, people are like, will you emulate this game on PlayStation 1? Sure, but technically it's not legal.
Okay, technically restreaming him is not legal.
I'm not saying that I would get into any kind of problems. But
okay, but you're using it as a reason why not to do it. An excuse, I meant.
Keep explaining this. I've already said it like 3 times on this show today. I am Darkside Phil. I am not every other streamer. You understand that? I'm not. I'm different because at every waking moment that I do anything, I have tens of thousands of...
They're going to report him to the cops.
...on the internet stalking me. So if I play emulation, there's a very strong chance that I would have thousands of people reporting me.
Thousands?
In different places saying, hey, did you know that Phil's playing this game on emulation? This could be illegal.
To what?
He doesn't have rights to do
what?
It.
To what? To the feds? Are they going to call the FBI and be like, Phil is playing a game with an emulator? Come on, bro. Come on, what the fuck is this bullshit?
And that could send people after me. That could send people after
Cool.
me.
Hitman? Is Nintendo going to say the Yakuza after him?
After, the business at large, there's a lot.
Come on.
There. And I know you may say, oh,
the risk factors. Come, get the fuck out of here.
Ridiculous.
What a fucking meme.
You do understand.
Ubisoft is going to send the Assassin Order. It's going to be Assassin's Creed Seattle.
That when I was going to play GGPO, which is the way that the fighting game community plays fighting games online.
Oh, of course. Yeah, he uses that regularly as an excuse why he is at a disadvantage. Because they do this super secret 4D chess setup that he cannot have or afford.
There was actually people who were like this, like fucking super villains. They were like, well, good thing no one told Phil that you can use an IP sniffer with GGPO, and the moment you match with someone, you get their IP address.
But people sniffed his IP already. I seen him do it.
And the moment that...
God damn it.
We're going to DDoS attack me nonstop so that I couldn't stream. To the point where I was going to have to get my cable company to come out here and change my IP address again, because it's not a quick fix with my cable company. Didn't you know?
He's going to sniff his IP. They're going to snort his IP. It's just... He's going to match with somebody and just hear this. And it's over. There goes your IP. It's gone. Someone stole it. They're going to impersonate you and break into your bank account.
At my ISP, who was resetting my modem on the daily. And
oh, yeah, this fanfic.
Changing all the information.
Yes, there was a guy that worked at the ISP that messed with him. And the ISP admitted this to Phil. They told him, yeah, one of our employees hacked into your home network and invaded your privacy in extreme ways. I know you can sue us for potentially tens of millions of dollars, but we will disclose this information to you. Of course we will.
In the modem and turning on my wireless network to say insulting things about me to my local neighborhood.
To his local... Oh, come on. How are you going to frame it like that? What they did was they renamed his Wi-Fi connection to, what was it? Chad, help me. Help. Oh yeah, Panda Lee was hotter. Panda Lee was hotter. That's what it was. And the other one was Greedy Piggy. One word. Greedy Piggy. Thank you, chat. Thank you very much. And this is how they said what?
My wireless network to say insulting things about me to my local neighborhood.
They put out propaganda against him. They slandered him to his network of neighbors. Insane. What was this? Oh yeah, big ups Sloth for the sub, dude.
You're aware of that, right? That's the extent these weirdo losers have gone to mess with me in my life. So it stands to reason that something that's safe for everyone else, like playing on GGPO, doing emulation streams publicly, is not safe for me because these people are fucking nuts. I would not for a second believe
But of course they're nuts. They're the peanut gallery. What do you expect from them?
I did emulation. That they would go to Nintendo, they would go to Sony, they would go to the publisher of the game, they would go to YouTube, they would go to this, that, and they would file false copyright strikes and pay this and that, and try to fuck with me.
But they're gonna DMCA you for, but they can't prove that you're emulating unless you're stupid enough to admit, hey, I'm doing this thing that I shouldn't do and putting out content. Even though I'm pretty sure, hold on, like emulated gameplay. I don't know, I guess you can just look it up and find it. I guess maybe you can. I don't usually watch this stuff, so God of War, no, that's something else. Best emulators to have. Whoa, there's no emulated gameplay. There probably is. I don't know about it enough. Oh yeah, let's see this. Legend of Zelda PC. And we should be able to do this with there we go. Yuzu versus Simu versus Rujinx, which is literally comparing all the emulators. All of the footage you see right now is completely illegal. They're even showing you how they're breaking the law right here. This guy, Emulation Paradise, I know from a reliable source, he had assassins sent for him, and he is no longer with us. So this video is all that's left for him. Rest in peace, Emulation Paradise. You break the law in an unforgivable way. Hopefully, you are at least in an internment camp somewhere and not dead. But I don't know. The chances are you might be. Look at this crime. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, no. And he's showing you how to break the law. Look at this. This is crime tutorial. They put this on YouTube? Oh, my God. They should send people after him.
So that's why I really don't mess.
I mean, they already did.
If there was a tried and true, safe, guaranteed way to do it, I'd be okay with it. But everyone knows it is a gray area. 99% of people get away with it because no one cares. I'm the guy who'll get screwed.
I'm the guy.
I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Again, I'm not like everyone else. I can't do what everyone else does to be successful. It doesn't work for me because I'm Darkside Phil. Get it? Okay.
I mean, okay. Sure. Let's not argue anymore. Let's just have some dead air. Elevator music.
You cannot find the last podcast. It's right here. The last podcast, right here. 100 view now. $1 tip.
More accounting.
On a fighting game subreddit, you'll see someone making a post.
Oh my god, okay, let's see about what people are saying on Reddit. Let's see what's gonna get him mad about Reddit.
Oh, this is hilarious. Listen to this. This I didn't know about till this moment.
Okay, so whenever he says this is hilarious, I butchered that completely. Whenever he says this is hilarious, it's something that's gonna make him seethe and get pissed off. So get ready for that.
$3 tip, anonymous tip. Occasionally on a fighting game subreddit, you'll see someone making a post totally distraught at losing to you online, how you're considering quitting the game since they lost to you. Sometimes they even mention watching the detractor vids of you playing, saying said fighting game, and they assume you lose all the time and think you'll be easy. You're way better at fighting games than they give you credit for. Yeah, they're morons. That's what you call those people, morons, because they just believe everything they're told. I'm actually good at fighting games. You have to understand this. There's other people out there who are considered in the same realm as me that aren't good at fighting games, like LTG. Like, he legit sucks, all right? 99% of the time, the reason he wins is because he finds some abusable strategy, easy mode shit day one. After like a few months of a game, he always sucks at them, okay? So now he tries to play the fighting game, and he loses.
But what? The DSP sucks after a few months with the game. I've seen it myself, personally. When he bought multiple copies of Street Fighter 6 on multiple different platforms because each and every consecutive platform gave him a better experience for him to be better, and he got consistently worse. I've seen this with my eyes. And I have all 4 of them. And also, I don't even know fighting games, so I can judge fairly.
80-90% of his matches, and everyone laughs at him. When I play fighting games, I literally always win more than I lose. Even in games I'm not good at, like Street Fighter 6, I still win more than I lose. I never have a losing night. It's like rarely happens. In old school fighting games, I dramatically win more than I lose most of the time. There may be an exception, like last time I was trying to play P-Groove, which I don't even know how to use. So I had to basically take my licks trying to learn the groove. But most of the time, if I'm doing something I know about, I dominate in old school fighting games.
He dominates. Okay, man. It's just like, I'm just saying it makes you look corny as fuck when you're bragging about this shit like that. It's like, it's fighting games. It's a video game. That it's supposed to be fun. You're not supposed to be like the greatest at it. Just like be fun, have a fun stream, have a good game. I can't take this shit no more, man.
So, excuse me. Yeah, I'm actually good at fighting games. And that's the funny part is idiots on the internet like this moron on Kick Channel, just permanently banned, don't know that because they don't watch me play fighting games. They watch the clip channels. They watch the negative highlight channels of the rare times when I'm losing a lot and I rage.
Okay, but that's the fun part.
Really angry at the netcode or some abusable tactic some scrub is using, and that's what they focus on, and they act like that's the majority of the time I'm playing when it's not. I'm actually winning almost all the time. Go check the track record.
Okay, sure.
You actually have to watch the content, not just
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit through 4 hours of this guy yelling at Street Fighter and begging for money to get to the part where he wins and then brags about it.
Steals my content and
and then begs for money again.
Presents it on the internet. But yeah, that doesn't surprise me, because again, that's why the FGC doesn't like me, because they group me in with guys like LTG who actually legit suck.
No, because you have a shitty personality, and people don't like hanging out and playing video games with people with dog shit personalities. That's just it. And they hate LTG for the same reason too, because he has dog shit personality.
And don't know that I'm actually good at fighting games. So
okay, they still don't want you.
Play me,
you can't sit with them.
Lose all the time and get fucking upset about it, because they don't realize that they lost to someone who's actually good. All right. Cool. Now, there is one thing. So for the record, really quickly, okay? Today,
okay, this is gonna be very deep. Oh my god, we have 30 more minutes.
Clear Obscure, major stream right after.
No, skip.
From there in Skulls. Right now, we're a new fries side that's kind of.
Oh, hold on. We're talking about eating children's meals.
Engage and support this stream.
Big.
Right? We're trying to hit our goals, obviously. We want to hit our goal milestone of 90 goals. Right now, we're at 86, so we have 4 goals to hit. Once we hit 90, it is DSP Tries It, the How to Train Your Dragon menu from Burger King, including...
Actual, like the Burger King Happy Meal. That's what he's getting. The Disney Pixar Happy Meal for grown adult men. Come on, bro. What is that? Now you have to make me look it up. Burger King. This is how you train your dragon. This is it. Okay. I ate everything on Burger King's How to Train Your Dragon menu. Okay, so what did this guy think? I don't actually give a fuck. But it looks like this. Like he's gonna be eating this. Because, of course, he is. You can see it here in full screen. So here we have a burger that looks pretty nice. I mean, this whole thing probably costs like $100,000, so I'm not surprised. You have, what is this? A lemon Sprite? Not a lemon. I don't know. It probably says it here. Let me just... Why is he talking about the King's Dragon menu? Oh, this is the same thing. Okay, I'm playing TTS because I'm completely brain farting on this, and I hate this segment. So let's get it over with. You guys love this.
Burger King's Dragon menu. They've got a Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper with a special bun,
whoa, mozzarella
fries, plus a new drink and a sundae. The Horned Dragon Burger King crowns are also a nice touch.
Yes, great touch. I want him to wear this. I want him to wear this. And he's probably going to charge like $200 for this piece of shit. God damn him. Yeah, this is what it's going to look like. The Whopper I was served. The Toothless Whopper. We have another Chiking coming. Speaking of which, the Chiking of the Ring 2025 is only an hour and 20 minutes away. I'm here to get you warmed up, and then we're going to get all warmed up together and get some drinks and get some drugs and alcohol and some hoes, and we're going to go and listen to DSP parody songs for like 3 hours. It's going to be so much fun. So this is what we have here, the Fury Dragon mozzarella fries. Look at this. How can you not pay like $40 plus delivery for this? This is amazing. We have the fries that he was served. What did he say about them? I think they are really good. based on what I haven't seen.
There's spicy and then there's fast food spicy, which is usually not very hot at all. So credit where credit is due, unlike the Dragon Whopper, these fiery dragon mozzarella fries, which I hope and pray does not contain dairy milk from dragons, carried quite a kick.
Oh, come on, bro. You're milking a dragon?
You're milking a human.
Come on.
If I can
That's a great joke.
Calabrian chili pepper, but there is definitely a fair amount of lingering heat. The fries also come with ranch for dipping, which helps cool the burn of these hot cheese fries. My only complaint, the one-of-a-kind toothless-inspired carton, was a no-show. My fries were served in a standard BK paper baggie.
What? They didn't even give him the fucking box for the fries? The signature How to Train Your Dragon fries box for the signature mozzarella fries for the box? What the fuck? I'm gonna sue them. And this is what he got as a lemonade, a strawberry lemonade. Now, you saw all this children's meal. Now imagine this guy completely devouring it. And you will no longer want to eat anything today.
A new Whopper, a new fries side.
Which is going to make the drinking later a lot easier. Let's keep that in mind.
That's kind of supposed to be spicy. A new drink and a new sundae. And I want to do it. It's going to be great. It's going to be, I feel, interesting like the Minecraft meal was.
Oh, yes. Back to back with the Minecraft meal.
Boyfriend is here. With baby oil. On diarrhea day, dog.
Yo.
Full diddy.
Hey. Hey. Hold on, I missed it. I only listened to it halfway through from the diarrhea part. God damn it. Big ups Vikes for the tip. He's always get me, like,
only this time there's actually
reacting.
Try rather than just repackage stuff. So I think it'll be a good one. Let's hit those goals. Let's make it happen. The other factor here is that the 100-goal marathon is coming. And, you know, the timeliness of it being next week, you know what I'm saying? Makes sense. I want to hit 100 goals by next week. It's going to be hard to do if we don't even hit 90 goals this week. So please support the streams. Let's hit the goal on the stream. Even if you don't care about Clear Obscure, please support the podcast before we swap over to the gameplay. All right, can we do that? Please, let's get some support in here. How about our first sub over on Kick today? How about our first membership on YouTube? Let's get some support. All right?
Let's get some support. I miss when he was skinwalking Triple P. And it was so blatantly obvious that he was just ripping off another guy. So when somebody tells him, Phil, you are begging, he could say, well, I'm begging just like this other guy who doesn't get criticized, even though he also does.
Elden Ring Night Rain premiering on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Tomorrow, there's no podcast. We're going to jump right into gameplay. Around 11:30 a.m., we'll start hanging out for like 15, 20 minutes, and then by noon, we start 4+ hours of Elden Ring Night Rain.
Last chance. Now, guys, if you enjoy Moo Wives, spread please support. Or if you enjoy spread like your own, please support.
No. No more, don't visualize the spread. We do not need to think about cat spread. Because that, when was he having cat spread? Was it for Christmas? That plate was, goddamn. Goddamn. It was disease and poison and death in a plate. Big ups back to VHS for 16 months. I missed some membership rememberings. Big ups Yo Saru for the new memberships. XJS for the 10 months, dude. Big ups. And shout out to Zombies for the 30 months. Forever 901 TN, 31 months. And 16 Miles Power for the subscription. And big ups to Infidel Castro for 26 months. Who says, wake up at 6 a.m. on Saturday to catch a stream. And this was 3 hours ago. So now is 9 a.m. Good morning. Hopefully you fell asleep and you left this in the background. We need 1 million watch time hours. I'm going to become popular. I'm going to get popular off of Dark Side Phil. And I will forget where I came from. And I will deny ever doing this. And I'll delete the channel. But you'll see me on TV. That's going to be so much fun. And Big Ups Movie Sign for 5 months, dude. Let's keep going.
Tomorrow night, Friday Night Fights returns. More Capcom versus SNK2 action. I'm off from streaming on Saturday. When I return on Sunday, more Elden Ring Night Rain on the day stream. And
yeah, I'm gonna blow up and act like I don't know anybody. I'll just I'll have ALT in my chat and I'll just pretend I have no idea who that is.
See what happens. There's gonna be more blueprints.
And I'm gonna DMCA the whole That Being Said channel because I'm featuring in it. It has my likeness. And then I'm going to retract my permission for the channel to use my likeness. It's very complicated. I'm going to sue everybody.
More Clear Obscure.
And I'm going to have a bunch of fake chains. It's going to be so cool.
More Minecraft. More American Truck Sim. All that stuff next week. And then, of course, next week, well, we'll see, because it really depends on how things go. Switch 2 launch, I would love to do for you. But right now, I'm not sure. All right, we have to see what happens. You know, it's kind of up in the air, depending on how things go.
Yeah, I'm gonna trademark the word meerkat, so they have to officially, formally change the animal's name. I'm gonna have this status. It's gonna be the deep state operative status. Illuminati level popularity. I'm gonna be hanging out with Jay-Z.
Okay, so we'll see what happens in regards to the Switch 2 and the launch. Right now, nothing's a guarantee, so that's why I'm not talking about it. I'll let you know. All right.
All right, bro. How long are we gonna talk about stupid schedule? Get mad about something.
You. So it should be clipped. What gameplay moments from famous playthroughs?
Oh, so now he's asking people to farm clips for him.
3-4 months straight, and the clips are getting old. You're seeing the same clips over and over, right? So
what clips does he have? Let's look up dspgaming and see what we got here. On the shorts tab, the best tab on here. And he's got, well, Dark Souls Anniversary and Epic Boss Ruined. Let's see this one. This one I remember is super hot. You can't see all of it, but you probably don't want to. Really dumb. And it has no sound because I didn't turn it on. Oh, this always happens. There it is.
Yup. Ate his arm. What the fuck is glitched? Yo, he's not supposed to do that. Look at him.
Oh my god.
Yo, come on. Yo, it's supposed to be an epic boss. How can I fucking enjoy this now? He's like,
and this guy is dying. Dying. This is like 2008 gameplay in the year of, what is this? 2024. Such well-aged gameplay. I love that. I don't mean the game from 2005. I mean like the format of this video.
What I would like to do...
Oh my god, look at this glitch. Ah!
...is make a new playlist.
Look at this glitch. This is how this felt.
Well, what I need is your feedback.
Oh, I thought you needed money.
What gameplay moments from famous playthroughs of mine have you enjoyed? Right? Thing is, there's only one of me. There's many of you.
There's this moment in a video game when something mildly funny happened and he did a fake laugh. I think you should clip that part.
So you guys will probably have way more ideas and feedback and things than I would ever come up with from the things that I think are notable from my playthroughs over the years. All right? So here's what we're going to do. I'm actually going to make a thread. Let me show you where it is so you understand how to do this, okay? So right here, this is dspgaming. See it? This is the channel right now on YouTube.
Yep, see it? Here it is. Yep, it exists.
They don't call it that anymore. They call it posts, okay? So here on the posts tab, I'm going to put up a post. Okay.
Oh,
so here we go.
Okay, he had it typed out. That would be crazy if he didn't.
Hello, everyone. I am seeking your feedback and input regarding my most funny, notable moments over the years.
How about that time when you said the racist thing, and then you denied saying it?
Currently have a running playlist of...
Which time? You're asking? Well, I don't know.
of highlights that I use for breaks during streams, but it's gotten stale after several months of use. I'd like your feedback on what I should add to keep things fresh. Please respond to this thread with nominations for moments that you find notable and funny. Please include the name of the game or series it's from, timestamp...
Oh yeah, the beggar's terms of service.
If you link a video, and a brief explanation of why you think it's funny and should be included. I'll check this thread from time to time, so thanks and good luck.
What do you mean, good luck? I mean, you kind of have to be very lucky to find a DSP clippable moment that it's not him telling somebody to jump off a cliff or eat shit out of his ass.
Straightforward, right? Nothing too crazy or complex. What I want you guys to do is respond to this post and post up links of things that you found funny over the years. A lot of people say, hey, Heavy Rain's your best playthrough. Okay, why? Link a video in Heavy Rain, give a timestamp, tell me why.
Oh, he did write it in real time, so I guess Nordhogan just, like, trimmed the fat. No, he cut out the context. Evil.
That's a funny moment that should
Evil.
Now, I know we're going to have idiots who are going to post up dumb shit, but that's why we're asking for this information ahead of time so we can review it and actually find good stuff. All right?
I think the best way to troll him is legitimately just go to a random video ever that he's made and just take any random timestamp and leave it in the comment. So he clicks on it and it's just him walking around in fucking Fallout 3 and nothing happens.
So hopefully out of this we can get a few dozen more funny moments that we can add to the playlist so it seems fresh, as opposed to just the same clips over and over and over. All right? So here we go. I just posted it up. That is on the posts tab of the DSP Gaming channel here on YouTube. Please go over there, respond, and let's see what you guys can come up with. You know, the more the better. But if you post up dumb shit, like purposefully just insult me or, you know, some horrible thing, expect a nice ban. Because you'll deserve it. And trust me, people will do it. They probably already have. I'm not even kidding. They probably already responded. Okay. All right, guys. So that's the topics that I had to talk about today. If anything, you know, the fact that we are now going to be focusing solely on the story of Clair Obscur, I hope that that makes sense. I hope that you'll stick around for that, and hopefully it's entertaining. If it's not, I'm sorry.
It's not. I'm sorry I'm boring. This reminds me of the DMs. I need to make a stream going through the DMs, or thankfully watching somebody else go through the DMs. Because at one point, he apologized. Like, he saw that, I guess, Kino Casino weren't trying to make content with him. So one day he just drops in the DMs and was like, I'm sorry that I was fucking boring on the December show. Like, that's a great fucking way to look like a cuck. God damn.
I wanted to play the game at my own pace and do side content.
I'm sorry, I was boring.
We've got to get through this game.
I'm sorry, I'm cringe.
Things will turn around. I actually legit hope that today things turn around. We hit the support goal. I can maybe long term, once we get to the end, actually take my time to go back and do some side content. But if not, I tried. You know, I honestly did. Okay. All right. So, guys, what would you like to talk about this morning? Do you have any...
let's talk about...
Or you have other topics you'd like to talk about? Please tag me in the chat.
Yeah, let's see. What are we going to talk about? I'm very interested.
Or any contributions that come in, I will shout out. How about this? Let's get our first sub and first member of the day right now. We've got some super chats.
Oh, we're going to talk about money and getting it. Okay, cool.
With the actual new generation of people on this planet.
Oh, hold on. Now it's just boomer talk. He is old and that sucks, but also it sucks for everybody else more because they are bad. I don't know. Let's figure it out.
From Star Facts. Not gonna lie, Phil, this sounds like a bad cope. You were lazy every time we give a suggestion.
I can't believe he read this. But he read this so he already had like a canned response.
No, it's that you refuse to use your brain to put yourself into my shoes. This is a huge problem with the actual new generation of people on this planet. People have grown up now in a generation where they're told, you're entitled to everything, instant gratification, you're a special snowflake, you're better than everyone. I don't know why. I didn't grow up like that.
I just wanted a taste of Kate's spread.
Well, you gotta stop by again for Christmas. I guess we're having it again on Christmas. We can't have cat spread every day. We're gonna get spoiled. And fat. But Big O's sure would be great. Nah, I got the reference, dude.
No one told me that when I was growing up. Okay? But everyone seems to feel that way now. On this, all younger people are of this weird entitlement mentality, right? So now it's like, so we made a suggestion, and you're not doing it, so you're lazy. No, you made a suggestion. I literally concretely outlined to you why the suggestion doesn't work, because I'm a different case than the other people you're referencing.
Yeah, you're a charity case.
Oh, well, you didn't listen to me, so you're lazy.
Oh, I'm a different case.
Like you. No, use your fucking brain. Put yourself into my shoes for 10 seconds.
No, your shoes are stinky and you have gout. Get the fuck out of here.
Imagine your dark side Phil.
No! 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 Hey! We're not doing that.
And you have to put up with all the shit that I do. And you have all the adversity thrown against you that I have. But somehow you're still persevering because you're not...
No, I can't imagine that. I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry.
...these things, right? That's what you need to do. But it seems like there's a whole generation of people that don't have the ability to do that anymore.
Uh-huh.
Instead, it's my way, my way, my way. Oh, you didn't do my way? Wah. Well, that's not how to go through life because you're not going to be successful. You're going to find yourself whang quite a lot.
But that's what you do. What this 40 minutes I just watched is about you doing that thing.
If you don't listen to what people say. I'm telling you your suggestions don't work, and I'm factually outlining why. That's not laziness. That's, hey, I've been there, done that. I know what works, what doesn't. Here's the deal. I know that a lot of these things people suggest, sadly, if I emulated something right now, I would have people knocking on my fucking door saying, yo, you broke the law. Don't you get it? I'm different than everyone else. Sucks that I'm in that position, but I'm telling you as concretely as I can that things aren't as simple as you think. You think life is so simple. It's not. Especially for someone like me, life's very complicated, and I have to dance around certain issues and treat things a lot differently than others do. Maybe you don't want to believe it because you're part of that group. Maybe because you're actually part of the group that derides Darkside Phil and makes his life miserable. And you don't want to believe that, right? It ain't so bad for him. Actually,
I'm suffering. Actually, I'm a martyr. They should sanctify me. Saint Phil, the patron saint of beggars on the internet, the e-beggar saint.
why do you think that I have to do things so differently than everyone else in my life?
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Because you're great. That's why. Because you're different, is what I want to say.
Because of these fuckers. Because of these weirdos, you know?
He has to do things different in life because duty clips him being bad at Street Fighter and Minecraft. Because people make fun of him for being bad at Doom. He has to change his whole life.
All his problems are self-inflicted.
Many of them. And some of them are just inherent problems with his personality, his abrasiveness, and just like being an annoying person, which is just kind of how he is, and that's not going to change. And a bunch of his problems are self-inflicted, and some of his problems are brought to him by him being an asshole to people, and they're like, you know what, I'm going to fuck with you, and then they do. Big ups, Wandering Monk, 973 for the $2, dude. What do we have next?
Zangief says, you might actually be the first person to get jailed for emulation. The detractors are insane. They send legions of letters and calls to Nintendo and others. It's obvious. I mean, you're right.
Letters.
I believe they would do that.
We're gonna send a mail.
These morons.
Have you seen this man? This man is breaking the law.
Who say things like,
Mr. Nintendo-san, you should send the Yakuza after him.
Victim mentality. Don't understand what I've actually been through. It's not that I want to be that way. I factually am. Get it? Like, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not making...
Yeah, get Miyamoto on the phone. I want to speak to Miyamoto-san. Get him on the phone with me. This is serious business.
I'll be all that. If you don't notice, I don't really bring it up. But it's...
What does he not bring up? The trolling?
Morons who say...
The morons.
Things like victim mentality. Don't understand what I've actually been through. It's not that I want to be that way. I factually am. Get it? Like, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not making my end-all be-all that.
What? To be a victim? And he doesn't specifically say the word. He just says that because it's a dirty word to him. It's a word that describes weakness. And he is not weak. He is just forced to be weak.
Don't really bring it up. But it's true. It's still happening.
He doesn't bring up how he's a victim after talking about people fucking with him and how he cannot be like everybody else because they fuck with him. That's bringing it up.
If I ignore reality, that would be more crazy than to not. You know what I mean? So it's just people don't want to believe the fact that everything that they've said and done has led to a really toxic, crazy internet movement against me to fuck with my life. But it has, and it's their fault. But they won't take any actual responsibility or blame for it. They refuse that. Oh no, you know, all those videos where you said horrible things that I didn't do, but you said I did them. Didn't you think that that would actually turn into something someday? That not everyone gets the joke or not everyone cares that you're just trying to make a dime, but instead people will go crazy and believe you, and now people actually hate me because you're a disingenuous fool?
What? Why do we have to be disingenuous? I love how he just assumes. Of course, he is delusional. That's why he does it. But it is pretty unfair to just assume that you're being disingenuous.
An irresponsible person who should be in jail for what you've done?
In jail? For what? Like, what are we actually talking about? Making clips of him? Restreaming him?
Don't you think that all these people who over the years, over the last decade, who have every single day slandered me,
they should be in jail? Their freedom should be taken away in real life because they talk shit about Phil on the internet and they have opinions that they back up with explaining why their opinion is like that.
Should be held accountable?
Like what? Firing squad? Cliff exercise? Like, what are we doing?
But they're not.
Should Phil be held accountable for committing bankruptcy fraud and subsequently admitting to doing it? Should Phil be in jail for tax fraud? I think that's an actual crime you can go to jail for.
YouTube allows it. The law doesn't, but the law can only be selectively upheld by those who are rich. That's the truth. The law says
okay, bro.
People put out about me every day actually is illegal. But the only way to enforce it is...
Not really. No, not really. Not really. Just because you don't like something that somebody else says about you, that doesn't make it illegal. Because you have to prove damages, you have to prove a bunch of shit against that specific person. So if he was to sue me, then he would have to use examples of things that I have said against him and prove that they have damaged him in a significant or otherwise meaningful way so he can win the case. It's not just like, I don't like what you're telling me, so I'm going to sue you and silence you.
For me to be rich. And
not really. Even if you were rich.
Have lawyers to slap YouTube and these people with lawsuits. And I'm not rich. So I want you to think about that, how messed up that is. We actually have a system where anyone can say and do whatever they want, and they're perfectly protected unless you're rich, then you can go after them. If you're not rich, every law doesn't matter.
Yeah, imagine if he says, we're in court and he says, squeeze banana. Did emotional damages to him and his wife. Squeeze banana. The guy was destroyed over a shitpost song.
Like the law, no one cares.
That's incredible, bro. Big ups Shane's World to the membership, dude.
Pretty messed up. No, you have no idea how the legal system works. You don't. I would have to be very, very affluent to go after anyone for anything. Just a single court case takes thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars and takes sometimes years of time.
Yeah, now you need to do 10 million court cases for each troll channel.
And that's a single court case. Think about how many people are doing this to be on a daily
basis,
right?
And you would lose most of those. So you would be broke and homeless, even if you were rich.
So I could go after the big fish first and then go after the small fries, but I'd have to...
Hey, big ups Shane's World for the £1 super chat, dude.
Endless money, hundreds of thousands of dollars to sue these people. I don't have it, nor do I have the time. I'm a hard worker, right? I'm streaming 5 to 6 days a week full time. I don't have time to be sitting around with lawyers and in court.
He has to go.
I'm showing support for SPD. Check
SPD?
Bulgaria.
SPD? I don't know. I guess is the...
A long court case will mess up the schedule.
Hold on, Bob Starsky. Just give me a minute because I completely blanked out on SPD. This is a Czech something reference? I don't get it, dude. I'm sorry. I tried. I'm going to look it up in my spare time. But thank you for the super chat, Kustadin. And big ups to Bob Starsky, who says a long court case would mess up the schedule. But then we would have a lot more fun content. He would be begging for super chats during the trial. Like, it's going to be broadcast on YouTube, of course. His bankruptcy call was broadcast on Twitch.
Most money, because that's how you do it. You go after the person who's making the most.
Big ups for Zitro for 29 months, who says, so many months of positive content. Thanks, dude. Well, big ups. I'm glad that you find this toxic as fuck content to be positive. I should be gone soon, by the way. We're starting in about an hour. I need to eat something, get ready.
On your back. And
because then we're going to be partying like crazy.
And you take their money, and then you move
It's a party in the USA.
Until finally people realize, oh shit, it's not viable to do this anymore because Phil is actually destroying everyone who does it, and then it ends. But just take a look. Just take a quick look. For example, the whole thing that went down with Billy Mitchell and Carl Jobst, I think is his name. So, Carl Jobst, who was a beloved YouTuber for years and years, saying...
Are you?
All this stuff about Billy Mitchell. And eventually Billy Mitchell sues Carl Jobst and says, dude, you just can't just say whatever you want on YouTube about me. That's illegal. You have to have actual factual justification for what you're saying, or else you're breaking the law. And Carl Jobst kept going to his audience and saying, well, Billy Mitchell's in the wrong. He lied here, he lied there, finance my court case. He lied here, he lied there, finance my court case. Guess what? He lost his court case because he sat there defaming Billy Mitchell over and over and over and over. So Billy won, and now Carl Jobst owes him a ridiculous amount of money. You know, and that's the case. But look how long that took. Look how long it took for that to go through. That was an ongoing thing for years. Years. And that's one case. That's because Billy Mitchell had his one biggest troll. Okay? You know what I mean? Now imagine me trying to go after the thousands of people, right? Here we go. Hyperfixate just did a $10 super.
Oh my god, that's insane. Is he gonna read that?
Mitchell is making a career after
Get a load of that shit.
You can do the same. I would start with detractors doxing already.
That's not why. It's because
Hold on, just a moment. Let's finish this first.
Like, you can do the same. I would start with detractors doxing already, like Alt Insider who steals your content every day, and then the rest.
Oh yeah.
Who that is?
He doesn't even know who that is. ALT felt it eternally.
Okay, I don't.
He doesn't get the king's acknowledgement. Help!
I literally don't.
But we did get the TBS acknowledgement, so that is partially works for all of us. We are a quarter acknowledged each.
But you're right. There's literally an entire ecosystem.
Yeah, he knows who ALT is simply because of the manifesto. Because he was seething as fuck for the manifesto being found, and that's ALT and Steve's fault.
An ecosystem on YouTube based on defaming Darkside Phil on a daily basis. Like I said, the Clippers.
There's an ecosystem of literally doing everything on YouTube. It's called a niche. It's literally called a niche.
Actually,
it's the specific thing you do on YouTube that you focus on doing.
Get insanely more views than I do. They steal the content. They will have clips of this podcast on their channels, which is illegal.
Yes. Okay. Sue me.
You can't just clip someone's content.
Let's go to court, Phil.
To upload it themselves.
Let's make Phil homeless. Yes. Take the house. Hashtag take the house.
That's actually against the law. You can't.
If you guys gave money to Super Crazy, he would have done it, but you guys didn't. You didn't believe in him.
Do it. You can't. Sorry. There's laws against it. If you waited for me to finish my broad...
What are the laws?
Upload the videos myself, and then you clipped...
Yeah, how about you eat shit out of my fucking ass, retard? How about you do that? Because you're fucking powerless. You're not going to do anything about anything. And if you do, we're going to be back. And if you do it again, we're going to be back again. Because we're fucking petty as fucking stubborn. And you're just an asshole, and you're a little cuck bitch.
From the videos, that's allowed. You legally cannot put content out first as someone is doing it live. It's not allowed, right?
Yeah, but I'm literally doing it. I'm literally always doing it. They're literally always doing it. So they can. It's not about what you can do. It's about what you can do.
Broadcasting is protected by U.S. copyright law. If you take anything from it, you've broken the law. So anyone who does that, you're in the wrong and can be sued into fucking oblivion at any given moment.
He can be sued into fucking oblivion. You better get ready for that lawsuit. He's gonna sue you into oblivion for restreaming him on YouTube and saying that he's a dumb cuck. Oh no.
Exactly, they can do it because there's no repercussions. Because YouTube doesn't care unless you...
Well, and then he proceeds to say, well, actually, I can fucking destroy you, but I won't. And I will just let you do whatever you're doing, and I'm gonna seethe about it.
File a lawsuit. Hence, you need to be affluent in order to actually have a legal defense against this kind of behavior.
Or maybe you can just have a very good case.
It's really fucked up. Anyway, I guess Hyperfixate is technically our top super chatter today.
Technically, yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
It's the same energy as this.
Meerkat Mob. Who?
But I legitimately think Eric Miller didn't know who I was. Because I'm not fucking like a celebrity or something. And when I invited him to our podcast, I wasn't even there. So I can't blame him. And I can't blame DSP for not knowing everybody, even though I'm pretty sure he does. I'm pretty sure he has people telling him, this guy makes streams about you in this way, and he says these things. And this guy, he's very dangerous because he makes a lot of views off of you, Phil. And then he just sits there and is seething. And it bottles up inside of him. And then we get segments like this.
I'm fucking different. I'm not the same as everybody else. I'm just a lot worse. And I can do less things in weird ways.
Okay. No, they're not hiding behind fair use. That's what they say, but it's not fair use.
No, it's not fair use.
It's literally not fair use. It doesn't matter how many times they say it is. It's not fair use. They could easily be sued and lose, but they don't get sued.
Why? Why don't we get sued?
Restreamers wouldn't even be a thing if he didn't ban literally everyone for anything that hurts his baby man ego.
But that's, yes, that's the thing. Because his way of talking to somebody, like it was with Rambo, like it was with Howard.
Baller alert.
PPP lit.
Hello? I think I should be back. I got no idea why this cut off. This is terrible, by the way. This should not happen during the show that's in half an hour. So forget what I was talking about because I forgot. Microphone completely shit itself.
That's why they get away with it. YouTube.
Who is going to give me $1,600 for a new microphone, brother? Who's going to be the guy? Oh, yeah, this from all the Nintendo ROMs.
Baller alert.
PPP literally brought up all to him on stream.
I heard this bit, but he didn't respond to it. But yes, I do get it. I'm pretty sure he knows at least who ALT is. And I forgot Tony T. I'm sorry about this, dude.
That's not why. It's because he said he was responsible for someone Minecrafting himself.
Did he say so? I must have missed that. But that would sound very DSP-ish. So, yeah. And I'm pretty sure why he doesn't acknowledge like the more prominent detractors is that he's afraid of the next SOK. He's afraid that he's gonna start saying, "Oh, the fucking That Being Said podcast, they fucking shit on me for eating a burger. Well, fuck you, assholes, eat my dick." And then we're gonna drone strike his house, and I'm gonna break in and steal Jasper and shit like that. But that's good. I like him being seething and quiet and docile. That's how he should be.
Should have a system where they have employees, actual humans, who are well-versed in the copyright law, where you can say, hey, someone on your site is actually violating copyright law right now, stop it. And they should look at the case and say, yeah, they are. Shut down the person doing it, shut down their channel, and that'll be the end of it. But YouTube doesn't care. All they care about is their own asses. So the only way they'll ever take any kind of legal action against someone is...
Big ups Donkey Wolfie for this up, dude.
Lawsuit, then they shut them down. So that's it. And I'm not rich, so I can't do that.
So then stop talking about it. Stop talking about how powerless you are. Stop talking about how weak you are and how you're completely overwhelmed by everybody else and they own you completely and they get to do whatever they want with you. Stop talking about it like that.
What's your biggest regret as a content creator? And what is something you don't have any regrets for? My biggest regret as a content creator. I would say...
It's going to be something good made out to be a bad thing. He's going to say like, well, I regret that I was like too good at video games.
Well, here's the thing. There's things that I regret and there's things that I'm sad have happened, but I can't control. Okay? I regret back in the day being so brazen, being such a shit talker, and essentially saying things that were irresponsible that I know probably hurt people.
But you do the same things now. You told people to jump off a cliff, like literally 2 hours ago in my stream time.
All right. Well, when I was starting as a YouTuber...
What do you mean?
Sadly, I didn't take it serious.
You tell people they're a waste of life, and nobody would miss them if they vanished. He said this in the past.
I didn't realize...
Like, what are you fucking talking about, dude?
That my words had...
Now, I mean, of course, he doesn't say the N-word, or at least intentionally, outside of that one time that he called himself the N-word. It was very complicated. Look up the Arnold Schwarzenegger accident if you want more. But yes, he doesn't make racial jokes, or at least not this year or this week.
I'd wait, and that things that I could say and do could actually hurt other people's feelings, reputations, etc. I didn't get it. I thought the whole thing was a joke. I thought, why would anyone care about DSP making stupid, shitty videos on the internet, right?
If YouTube had this mythical department, they'd be a publisher, not a platform, and as a publisher would be able to help legally liable for anything posted.
There we go.
He's been here for 17 years and doesn't get it.
This is it. This is it. Big ups Wesley H for the 10. This is what it's about, and he should just, like, adapt to the game or go extinct.
Now, I realized 17 years later, those times back in the day when I actually had clout and my words meant things that I probably...
He had clout.
Pretty harmful.
No, all he wants to do, in reality, is be able to bully people. Is to have clout, quote unquote. He wants to have power. That's all he wants to have. And it's killing him that he has no power. He doesn't even have power on his own streams. He doesn't even have power to pick whatever shitty game he's going to play today. So he has to sit there and play Minecraft and pretend to like Minecraft. Because one of the guys that gives him hundreds of dollars a month likes Minecraft. And he might show up. It's so pathetic.
Because I didn't have anyone to follow. No one had walked before me in those footsteps. I didn't.
No, it's not about that. It's not about that. A lot of his mistakes are very easy to avoid. That many, many, many other people avoided them perfectly, intuitively.
Have someone to learn from. So I basically kind of fucked a lot of stuff up, you know? Really, I did. Think about how I handled certain things. In regards to relationships, you know, my friendship with John Rambo and how that fell apart, the way I behaved during that time period, stuff like that.
How did he behave? I love these abstract apologies and admissions of fault when he never actually told us what he did. It's all this veiled abstract ideas. Oh, well, I'm sorry, I was not a great person back then. Yeah, what did you do, though? What did you do? Because I still don't think he understands or actually thinks that John Rambo's complaints were valid.
You know?
It's always some kind of a deflection. Well, he is right, but... Well, I understand it, but...
Those are my regrets. It's sad that things turned out the way that they did because I didn't know what I was doing, okay? Now I've learned, and in situations and experiences, I know, for example, if I'm ever going to get into a long-term situation with someone, I got to have a contract in place, firmly agreeing to what everyone says is the right thing to do in the situation, so there can be no feelings of, you know, sour grapes at the end of it, right?
Sour grapes. God damn it! He's using it wrong. And I love sour grapes. It's a great expression. And it's also a thing that he does a lot. Sour grapes is when you are denied something, when you cannot have something, and then you come up with a reason why you didn't want it in the first place. But you actually want it. But you're trying to cope with the fact that you can't have it by just like justifying why you don't like that.
No one will feel like they're being not appreciated or underpaid or whatever it may be.
And this is not what he's describing.
Right? That's my problem. Back then, I didn't get it. I thought this was all just a big joke and messing around. And, you know, a lot of the times things got messed up because of that. Okay? So that's probably one of my biggest regrets. One of the things that I'm saddest about that is not a regret because it's not something that I've done is the fact that people who ever try to associate with me or be friendly with me, a lot of the times get a lot of harassment from the trolls on the internet.
Because you're toxic as shit. And eventually they leave, not because they get harassed out of liking DSP, but because they find out that those people were actually correct.
Like, just because someone comes by my stream and says hello and contributes doesn't mean that someone should then now stalk them all over their socials, go to their YouTube channel and post up nasty comments, try to dox and harass them and their family members, and that happens on the regular. I'm not kidding. It happens actually on the regular. So that's really messed up. But sadly, that's just nothing that I can really do, sadly. I'm not doing it. I'm not causing it. That's just the mental illness of people on the internet. Because the truth is, that doesn't affect me at all.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it does.
Think about that.
Come on.
Someone just happens to come to my stream, hang out with me for a couple of weeks. They're a nice person. They contribute a bit. You go harass them in their own personal life. Okay? How exactly did you affect me? You didn't. But you still did it. Because these people who do this messed up stuff on the internet, it's not that they're doing it because it makes sense. They're just nuts. They do it because they're so mentally...
Was the peanut gallery
incapacitated.
I'm repeating my jokes. It's time to end the stream.
From being a real human. They actually feel like, oh, I got a piece of worth or value because I ruined someone's day today. Because I...
What?
Did internet harassment today. I feel...
Really? Someone say that?
I'm serious. These people actually feel good when they hurt...
But how do you know, though? How do you know? Just show me. Because now I can sue Phil for slandering me, because I'm supposed to be one of those people.
Others, they're broken.
Right, Phil? You don't realize how you're opening yourself to a lawsuit? And we're going to make it a class action lawsuit. I don't even know what that means. It just sounds fancy and complex, and it's going to be bad for you.
Inside.
Because we're a class action, bitch.
They're not focused on doing good things for themselves. They're actually...
The whole class.
Others are making sure others don't have good things for themselves. So... it doesn't make any sense. And the thing is, I know this happens. I hear news stories about it every day, and I feel sad, but there's nothing I can do about that because I didn't create that situation, nor can I do anything to solve it or fix it. That's just ill people on the internet doing messed up stuff, you know? Now, what's something that I don't regret at all? Well, I guess the question is, like...
that he stayed positive and he persevered.
I think it is that I would say there because, I mean, what, you know, really, like, I'm curious, like, what you're getting at with that question. That
Well, what is a big risk that you took that you do not regret?
Crazy. Like, I don't regret being someone who does stuff differently. I don't regret.
But you said you were forced to do things differently. And now that's okay?
The fact that I've persevered, despite the fact that everyone tells me I do it the wrong way, yet I'm still here.
But what does that mean? I don't regret that I've persevered. Yeah, that's not a thing that you would regret. Like, I don't know why. It's so fucking weird. He's just like constantly trying to inject ways to promote himself and how amazing he is. It's like a job interview with somebody that constantly tries to give himself compliments. It's like, what is your biggest weakness? Well, my biggest weakness is that sometimes I just work so hard that I just burn out. And I just work like 24/7 and I get so much work done, but eventually like I burn out. But the good part about that is that I'm really good at dealing with burnout. And it's my passion for this job that actually makes me deal with the burnout.
You know, like there's a lot of things I can say, but I don't really know what you're getting at with that. You know, it's more about what do you regret, not what you don't regret, you know?
Hey, big ups Brad Burnian for 14 months, dude. Who says, hey, Meerkat, hope you're doing well. Big ups. Hope you're doing well, too.
Even if people mess with you for doing emulation, others will back you up and support you saying...
Who? Where?
It's bullshit.
His tweets get like 10 likes. Who are these others?
He gets in trouble for that and defend your right to play emulated.
The silent majority? Were they pretty fucking silent?
The game's on stream. No, they won't. I'm the meme. Don't you get it? That's the point I'm making.
He's the meme.
Do the things everyone else does, because even though what you're saying makes...
Bro, I love how he's dehumanizing himself, because he's getting my job done for me. I don't have to do anything. He's sitting there and he's like, yeah, you guys, I'm a pathetic piece of shit. I'm a fucking living meme. People shit on me every time, no matter what. That's what I'm supposed to say, Phil. Big ups Red for 14 months, dude.
Makes rational sense. They won't do it anyway. Because making fun of DSP, making Phil the butt of the joke, saying Phil's a horrible person, a horrible gamer, a horrible streamer, brings in views and gets money from a group of mentally...
Not that much. Not that much. Not that much. I can turn on a stream and pander to right-wingers, and I would make 10 times much more money.
Ill morons.
10 times. And I don't even have to know anything about politics. I can just read Twitter and be like, whoa, what a fucking libtard. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Time and time again. It doesn't...
And I can do the same thing on the liberal side and pander to the bread tubers and get some like friends on YouTube that are bread tubers and hang out with them and make content about how much Ben Shapiro is gay and be like, whoa, look at him.
He's gay. He's gay. He's gay.
And then get 100,000.
Doesn't even matter who does it. It could be a joke.
Like DSP, come on, man. You're not a golden goose.
Oh, nobody. They'll get views, attention, and support for hating on Darkside Phil. So even though you might say, hey, Phil's in the right, it's more profitable to say, hey, Phil's in the wrong. So that would never happen. I'm serious. It would not. and just take a look at Kino Casino.
Yeah, I could run a failed boxing charity event that makes no money for charity. I can do that. As a true born and bred YouTuber who has discovered empathy at the age of like 30.
They tried to do it differently. They said, oh, look, literally everyone says Phil's always in the wrong because that's what's profitable. So for once, let's actually do opposite day. Let's say Phil's not that bad, Phil's in the right, this and there. And they tried it for a while, and at first it worked, and then within a few months, it stopped working.
Wait, who did that? What?
They tried to do it differently. So that would never happen. I'm serious. It would not. Just take a look at Kino Casino.
Oh, Kino Casino, okay.
They tried to do it differently.
What is differently?
Literally,
trolling DSP differently?
Literally everyone says Phil's always in the wrong.
Okay.
Because that's what's profitable. So for once, let's actually do opposite day. Let's say Phil's not that bad, Phil's in the right, this and there. And they tried it for a while, and at first it worked, and then within a few months, it stopped working. So they went right into the exact same fucking trope as everybody else. And it works.
Well, it worked on you. They literally manipulated you into doing whatever they wanted you to do. And you were crying in the DMs and complaining and apologizing. I'm sorry I was boring, you guys. I'm sorry I was boring. What can we do so I don't look like a complete cuck?
You see? No one can actually be an individual when it comes to me. Because if they do...
They can't be an individual?
They can't be rich and make money off of losers. Because that's all it is at the end of the day.
They can't be rich? Rich? Oh my god.
The vast majority of people who hate
getting rich off DSP. No, if you want to get rich off DSP, you have to actually fucking dedicate your whole life to Dark Side Phil and follow every move of his and clip him and do endless fucking shit. It's just endlessly exhausting. You might as well just get a fucking full-time job. Just go get a job. You get a higher chances of being rich.
People who apparently have money and are really dumb.
You got to spend like 16 hours a day thinking about Dark Side Phil if you want to get rich. And I don't even know about rich. Like, you actually have to take years to build this. You have years to develop this. And we're not talking rich.
And are willing to just hand it over. The vast majority of people who crapped on me don't give a crap about me. You understand? They crap on me, but they don't actually care about me. They're only doing it to milk a very susceptible, a very gullible audience.
You're milking.
I can't believe that side scrollers did it so much, again and again and again.
No, they really didn't.
They brought me up. The morons would go over there and throw the money.
No, not really. They did it a couple of times, and then Craig did the monetize the haters thing. That was a gimmick. He was on TBS. That was a fun episode. He called me a simp. That was a great clippable moment. Actually, I should go clip this for the clip channel. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Yes, and then they moved on and did whatever the thing they were doing was.
Dude, side scrollers doesn't give a fuck about me at all. As soon as Craig found a way to make different money from a different crowd, he doesn't bring me up anymore. Why does he need to?
But they had this same crowd to begin with. If he's talking about like the anti-woke community, the audience, the anti-woke audience, they were doing this in the beginning.
You see? But they don't understand. They're so simpleton-minded, they can't figure this out.
Oh, but they are simpleton-minded, but they get the content and enjoy it. For free, by the way. Because nobody makes you give me money, or anybody else for that matter, money. Oh, they talked about him last week. Well, was it about the Doom thing or something else? I don't blame him for bringing it up. Like, DSP, if you're just running like a gaming show, he could be a regular segment. What did DSP do now? And it's just him being bad at a different game.
Here's hilarious. Some troll tipped me $1 and is trying to say that I didn't understand the Billy Mitchell call job situation. Yet everything they just said in their tip, I never literally said anything about on my stream. You're a fucking idiot. Keep your troll dollar, you fucking...
Wait, what?
I didn't understand the Billy Mitchell call job situation. Yet everything they just said in their tip, I never literally said anything about on my stream.
But if you were so confident in that, then just tell us what he said in his tip and let me decide as the viewer so I can rewind and listen to what you actually said and what the guy claims you said. Like this, you just want to get the final word and silence the person, which makes me think that you have been confronted and threatened, and you might be lying.
You're a fucking idiot. Keep your troll dollar, you fucking moron. Hilarious.
Hilarious. Anything else?
Cracker Jacks, how you doing?
I think this is it. I think we might clock out soon.
No, count reboot. It's like I just said. I can't ever do a successful clips channel. I can't. If there's something that's highlighted,
because your fucking good moments are nowhere near as good as your bad moments. I'm sorry. That's just who you are. And you are built different. And now you're gonna live with being built different. So that makes it so you can't have a good clips channel because they already took your lunch money.
In gameplay or on a podcast, yes, that I could do. I could edit that out and put it on my channel, and it'll get a few thousand views, which is
no, it's not gonna get a few thousand views. It just won't.
Typical video part would get, but I could never actually do my own clips channel.
The typical video part would get a few thousand views. Okay. DSP Gaming. I'm gonna rewind to a couple, not rewind. I'm gonna go through a couple of the recent ones so we can be fair. Let's grab one from 8 days ago. 914, 344, 364, 769. Anywhere in this is a couple of thousand. 371, 534, 684, 604, 426, 690. Yep. I don't even see one of them on screen, and I'm not even trying to troll. Not a single one on this screen is above 1,000. And most of them are barely 400. Okay.
because people illegally clip my content while I'm still broadcasting.
Illegal.
And have clips before I can make them. When I'm live on a stream, I can't clip myself and make clips. Get it? I have to be offline to make clips. They've already clipped it.
But wait, but they clipped the bad moment. The thing that you're not gonna clip. You're not gonna clip yourself begging on your channel and describe it as Phil begs for money again. No, you're gonna clip something that you think is good, which is probably boring as fuck, and you're gonna try and pass it off as a super exciting moment, and it's not gonna work.
Having my own clips channel when they've already stolen the content.
This guy is great.
The $5 super chat says, "Are you okay, King?" I'm great.
He's great.
I'm great.
He's great. This was only a literal hour of a nightmare.
I know everything's fine right now. I just really want this stream to do well. This Clear Obscure stream, you know,
to do well.
The game and have people actually come by and hang out and do stuff. Have a good time with me with a great game.
I just want to have a good day, have a good stream,
or ad or whatever. I want to be able to enjoy myself with games and have people along for the ride who will enjoy and engage and support that effort. And Clear Obscure makes me worried because here we are 47 hours into the game, having a great time, and people have stopped showing up for it. Here we go. Someone just tipped $2. Says, speaking of people that harass donators, once I sent a $1.50 super sticker, then I got harassed on my channel for a week. I feel like some of these people really...
What does it mean harassed? What does it mean harassed on your channel? Let's not turn into fucking game journalists. Harassed in your channel is somebody leaving a mean fucking comment telling you that you're a DSP dent for yourself, putting yourself in this situation where you give money to the guy that everybody hates when he gets money. Really? Oh no.
He stopped donating. I just anonymous, and I support the GOAT of YouTube gaming streamers. Well, thank you.
The GOAT.
I don't know who that is. Certainly not me, but thanks. No, I get it. Like, a lot of people say, oh, anonymous tipper, and they act like it's not real. No.
All right, this is it. I need to get the fuck out of here. He's going to talk about this.
Anonymously tip.
Why do you think people tip anonymously? Because they get their houses drone striked and their babies kidnapped. Thanks, everybody, for reaching 7,100 subscribers. Thank you for 3 years of that being said, and probably 5 years of this channel. It's fucking crazy. 4 years? I don't even know. And thank you for 3 million views on this channel in total. I got a notification for that a couple days ago, which is pretty cool. We're halfway through to an interesting number. So give me more views. I need the views. I'll see you over on the other side in half an hour. I need to go restock and recharge and get my shit together. And I'll be back. Big ups. Keep it flat. Young out and stay sway.